Seb. Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. The team news has just dropped and we're live for Manchester United versus Chelsea Watchalong. It's a very important game for Manchester United, you know. It is a very important game. It's one that we need to certainly not lose. Hopefully we can win. And I've got the team news for you and it's exactly as I thought it was going to be actually. It's De Gea, Dalot, Telles fullbacks, Varane and Lindelof, Matic, McTominay and Bruno. And then Rashford, Alanga, and Ronaldo. So, you know, logically, that was always going to be the team, and it is the team. Bench is. I'll tell you what. I crave the day that we stop putting two goalkeepers on the bench. I really do crave the day. Heaton and Henderson. I suppose this is one day where you can understand it because we've got a lot of injuries. Heaton and Henderson. I mean, are we the only club? Here's a bit of homework for you. Somebody go and tell me how many times we've named two goalkeepers on the bench this season. I guarantee it's over 10. Bloody embarrassing. So two keepers on the bench. We've got Heaton and Henderson, Bailly, Fernandez, Jones, Hannibal, Mata, Garnacho, and Shoretire. It was always going to be a very inexperienced bench, to be fair, but it is what it is. We're sponsored by Block Phoenix today, or Block Finex. Not Block Phoenix. Block Finex we're sponsored by today. Block Finex pride themselves in being the world's fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange. You can get involved with them through the link in the video description or by scanning the QR code. We'll be talking more about them in a little bit. But let's talk about this Manchester United team news. It is rather straightforward. I do want to just get the Chelsea team news as well, which I'll get for you. But there's also a little bit of breaking news about Ralf Rangnick that I want to get into in a little bit, that Ralf Rangnick may be leaving Manchester United to go and take up the Austrian job. So that's literally just come up in the last few minutes, that Ralf Rangnick may be turning down the consultancy role. It's on the screen there from That's Football via Mike Keegan, Daily Mail. Ralf Rangnick could be confirmed as Austria boss as early tomorrow with an unveiling on Saturday. It makes you want to throw up. It does. It really does make you want to throw up. I mean, look, Rashford starting. I want to talk about the team news. But Rangnick, I mean, how bad can this season get for us? I mean, just when you think it was safe to go back in the water, Jaws come and bite your other bloody leg off. It's so disappointing. I mean, the Athletic are actually saying that there is a chance that he may well keep the consultancy role with Manchester United. Ash has just said will still work for Manchester United. He can still do both roles because ultimately international football isn't full-time and you can do the consultancy work with Manchester United. So I'd like to see that he's doing both. And Jamie W has said that as well. But we don't know. We don't know for certain if that's going to be the case. And I hope it's going to be the case. But it is a little bit worrying that we're in the midst of a season for Manchester United and we've still got stories like that coming out. So we'll delve into that a little bit. But Ralf Rangnick is close to becoming the new head coach of the Austrian. Nothing is signed yet, but the last details are being done. Possible announcement tomorrow that Rangnick joins Austria as their national team coach. Whether it'll impact on his job, I don't know. Might be good for us. I'm just thinking of some Austrian players. He's staying, says Manchu. That's been confirmed by Whitwell. Yeah, Alaba is already at Real Madrid. But I think Lema is Australian, isn't he? Austrian. I'm sure Lema's Austrian, so maybe. Anyway, the Chelsea team: Mendy, Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Reece James, Jorginho, Kante, Alonso, Mount, Havertz, Werner. That's a very strong Chelsea side, to be honest. They've got Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, and Rudiger as their three centre-backs. Reece James and Alonso as their full-backs. Jorginho, Kante, and Mount as their midfield three, and then Havertz and Werner. So that's a strong Chelsea side, and their bench is pretty strong as well with the likes of Pulisic, Ziyech, not Lukaku, but yeah, that's quite a strong Chelsea team tonight. It's a 7:45 kickoff, so yeah, lots to get involved in. Bruno, I think, is the captain. I didn't actually check who the captain was because, yeah, he is the captain. I mean, look, let's get to the team news. Would you rather Europa Conference or no Europe, says Bend Over. And Mark, just curious, what was your first dance song, says Zippy. I don't think I had a very unorthodox wedding, so I don't think we actually had the first dance. So I didn't have one. We had a very, I'm not going to get into personal details, but we had like a playlist, so we didn't have a first song. Loving the slick line and the haircut, Mark, says Jade. Oh, thank you. I have had a haircut. Thank you, Jade, one of our members. If you are a member, remember, if you're a member, we've got a new video up for you to watch today. It's all about Darwin Núñez, a deep dive into his stats, comparing him to Ronaldo and Kane. You can check that on the homepage if you're a member. If you want to be a member, click the join button. You get your badge next to your name. Exclusive content. Thank you very much. Let's talk about this United team, though, because, I mean, I've got to be honest. I was furious after the Arsenal game with Bruno and Telles, and yet here they are both starting the game. And if it was Maguire and Rashford, we'd be absolutely losing it, wouldn't we? We'd be going, it's a bloody disgrace. Why is Maguire starting? Why is Rashford starting? And yet Bruno and Telles start. So I just, first of all, just want to acknowledge that out of fairness, that, you know, it's not lost on me and many others that Bruno and Telles are very fortunate to be starting this game. Of course, the big problem is that we've got nobody who can start. Now, somebody just said something very interesting there, and I would need to double check it, and I will double check it now. But no, I think Bruno is lucky to start, and I think Telles is lucky to start, but we haven't really got anybody else. But is it lost on anybody else that Jesse Lingard's not on the bench? Welcome to the bench. Welcome to the bench. Welcome to the Members Club, Butterpants and Leon Hughes. Thank you very much for joining. So, what's the story with Lingard? Anyone want to let me know? I actually thought he might have. Pardon? Yeah. Well, Paul Scholes, Draughty said. I actually thought there might be a chance that Lingard might start this game, and he's not even on the bench. So has he been punished really for leaking information? I don't know. Has there been a fallout? I don't know. Rashford starts. He's got to turn up today. But Bruno, as I said, Bruno has to start this game because you're not going to start a Garnacho or a Shoretire or a Mabry in a game like this against a very strong Chelsea side. He has to start because of the lack of options. No Frez, no Pogba, but he has to deliver. He was appalling on Saturday against Arsenal. He has to deliver, and Telles has to deliver as well. So they're both very lucky. Both Bruno and Telles are very lucky, but I would say this, that they probably do have to start, in all fairness. So let's see what happens with that. No Lingard on the bench. Let me just mention that. A few headlines. No Lingard on the bench. And also, Ralf Rangnick apparently is about to sign a deal with Austria to be their new coach. Remember, this was a rumour a couple of weeks ago. Apparently, he's going to sign a deal with Austria. The Athletic are saying that Ralf Rangnick seriously considering the job offer to become Austria manager. Full agreement yet to be struck, but sources in Austria believe appointment could happen tomorrow. There is a theory that Rangnick would still be able to cover his Manchester United consultancy role too. I mean, I got to be honest, I'd be very disappointed if he goes to take the Austrian job and turns his back on a United consultancy role. I mean, with all due respect, Austria ain't winning the bloody Euros. They ain't winning the World Cup. And Rangnick as a coach hasn't done particularly well at Manchester United. Rangnick's strength is building football clubs, and one of the biggest clubs in the world is on its knees and needs a rebuild. What would I rather do? Rebuild Man United or go and manage Austria? So I'm hoping he can do both roles or just choose the United role. But it's very important that he stays. Did you hear that Roy Keane may get the Hibs job, says Jack? Well, I heard Roy Keane was going to get the Sunderland job, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Why is Bruno captain and not Ronaldo, says LDK. I think the same reason Maguire would be captain if he was available. I think Ralf Rangnick has just stuck with the decisions that were made by Solskjaer, that for this season, Maguire's the captain and Bruno's the vice captain. I think he's just stuck with that. Kate A says, what's your thoughts on the Mino Raiola situation? Well, if you're not aware of the Mino Raiola situation, Paul Pogba's agent, Erling Haaland's agent, one of the most powerful agents in the world. This lunchtime, I log on to Twitter after a meeting and Mino Raiola's passed away. So I put a tweet out saying, shocked to hear that Mino Raiola's passed away. He's a bit of a pantomime villain, but obviously he's a human being as well. And it's really sad news. Rest in peace. Go and make myself some dinner. Come back. He's come alive again. It's like Easter weekend on Fast Play. He's back alive. He's tweeting. He's actually tweeting. So as I say, I was shocked he passed away. I was even more shocked that he was still alive. So, I mean, look, I hope he survives. I hope he's going to be okay. It sounds like he's very seriously ill. somebody in Italy, I think it was an Italian TV station, has been blamed for jumping the gun a little bit. But I don't know anything about it. I can't speculate on it. I'd be very concerned that might be something that we have to prepare for if people are reporting about it. I think, maybe, without any knowledge at all, it's just pure speculation, but I think it's not looking good for him. But he certainly was alive the last thing we heard. And, as I said, pantomime villain at football or whatever, but my thoughts are with him and his family, and I hope he pulls through, because he's a human being at the end of the day. And I think some of the stuff that people have said on social media is just typically disgusting. Welcome to the Members Club, Luncher. Thank you very much. Right, God didn't pay. Okay, we're not going to read stuff out like that. Mason, when's the Jaws watch along? It's next Thursday. If you were watching, you would know that. Sorry if you didn't know that, but it was meant to be tonight. But obviously with this game and the stuff we've got to do afterwards, it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze. So we're going to do it next Thursday. Right. What's your second favourite team in the Premier League? I don't have a second favourite team. I don't understand this second favourite team. I don't like half and half scarves, and I don't have a second favourite team. The whole point is that you're all in on your own team. And Mark, what did you have for dinner? I had fish tacos, which was actually quite nice. Jamie, thank you very much for the super chat there. Thanks for the super chats. You can do it through the $sign. We'll read them out, and some of them even go up on the screen for you. And that United team is probably about the right team we can pick. I think all eyes on Rashford tonight. I really hope. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to jinx him. I've got a funny feeling that maybe Marcus Rashford gets a goal tonight. Come on, United. Come on, United. We're winning tonight, says hopefully, says Rachel. Okay. Drawty, is now the time? Anytime now? Okay, let me just read this super chat then. Well, Ranić will be only for 6 days a month, so what should he do for the other 24 days? Unless United offer him a full-time gig? I don't blame him, says Victor. As long as he keeps both jobs, I'm happy. That's what I'd say. As long as he keeps both jobs. So Ralf Ranić's been linked with the Austrian job. It might be announced tomorrow that he's going to be the Austrian team manager. He could do both. He could do that and be the consultant. Chelsea haven't beat us at Old Trafford for a very long time, says Rohit. We haven't lost to Chelsea for a very long time. Anyway, as you can see, Block Phoenix are our sponsors on the show today. To sign up, the link is in the video description there. But I'm going to tell you what it's all about now, and hopefully Drawty will put the video up on the screen. So today's video is supported by Block Phoenix. Block Phoenix pride themselves in being the world's fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange. Block Phoenix currently work with over 500 cryptocurrencies across the world, ensuring that users can trade and purchase cryptocurrencies super quickly, with Block Phoenix unrivaled matching engine being able to process 27 million transactions per second. Getting set up on the platform is super simple. All you need is an email account. And once you set up on the system, you will have access to their best-in-class trade analysis system that will help you to select the best cryptocurrencies. You can even see all the cryptocurrencies being traded in real time, so it's easy to find out which are being sold and which are gaining traction. Block Phoenix Exchange is available in 150 countries and boasts deep liquidity, advanced security, lightning-fast trading speeds, and enterprise-grade wallet solutions. Because Block Phoenix believe that the viewers of United Stand will love their platform so much, they're giving you 10% off all trading fees on the platform for not 1 year, not 2 years, not even 10 years, but forever. 10% off all trading fees on the platform forever for the United Stand viewers. So what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code or hit the link in the description and get trading crypto today. You have to be over 18 to use the Block Phoenix platform. And please always remember that your capital is at risk when investing in cryptocurrency. Block Phoenix is not protected by the SCS, and as always, terms and conditions apply. Thanks very much to Block Phoenix for sponsoring the United Stand, and now we can move on with the show. But remember, you get 10% off all trading on fees on the platform forever with this Block Phoenix sponsorship offer. Thank you very much to them. So I thought Juve was second. I thought Juve were. Where's that one? Score prediction, says Mr. Z. We'll put that up in a minute. Sorry, I completely missed that. It was something about Juve. NFL drafts on today. If EPL had it, who'd go first, says the Gator. Norwich. That's how it works, isn't it? So I'm going to put up a poll for you. Predict. No, we'll call it results. We like this. United win, draw, and Chelsea win. Well, I don't know whether anybody in the chat knows anything about Jesse Lingard. This for me is really, really interesting as to Safe Army, says H, and thoughts on the new player. Oh God, Spudders, shut up. So I've put the survey up for you there. Man United win, draw, or Chelsea win. But yeah, does anybody know anything about Jesse Lingard? I don't know whether we have got anything about that, but certainly it is interesting that Scholes outed him as revealing that the dressing room was a disaster, and then he's not even on the bench when we've got a bunch of kids. So I don't know whether anybody else knows anything about that. And I mean, look, maybe Rangnick's had enough. Maybe Rangnick's dropped him Lingard for his comments, says Sean O'Rourke. Maybe that's certainly what I'm thinking anyway. So confidence. I don't know. I think this is a very strong Chelsea team. As I say, they've got 3 centre backs. Their strongest. I think Tuchel's putting his strongest team out there, and I don't think Chelsea are any, pushover. They should be in the Champions League semi-final. Fair play to Real Madrid. They did beat them, but they were in a very strong position there. They got to the Carabao Cup final. They lost on penalties. They're in the FA Cup final. They're 3rd in the league, and they've done this all with probably the biggest flop of the season in Romelu Lukaku. So I think that Chelsea are going to be very difficult tonight. I did feel that a point might be achievable and a point might be a good result for us if we can get it, but it's going to be very difficult for us. It's not lost on me how difficult this game might well be tonight. Thanks for the super chat from Joshua Bauer. He says, is it a United match day without a 7-0 prediction from Mr. Drawty? No, he'll still do that, won't you? Yeah. Yeah, he's still done it in the group chat. Hello, Mark. How are you? That's the best team we could put out there. Don't think Bruno deserves the captain armband after that stinker, says Vignesh. Welcome to the Members Club, Corey. And about the not having 2 teams, I support United true and true, but I'll always be fond of Celtics, says Ben. I don't mind people having second teams from other leagues, but in the same league, I don't get it. Lingard was with the squad earlier this afternoon, but he's out tonight due to personal reasons, says John Stewart. And I think Ronaldo will score today. We need to cross, says Joseph Madunka. And hi, Mark. If you can sign one player from the current Real Madrid squad for free, who would it be, says Nate? Probably Vinicius Jr. and swap Sancho to the right. I think he's the most valuable player. And then if he's crap, I can sell him. I tell you what, I said this the other day, though. We don't know what the personal issues are with Jesse Lingard, but, I mean, are you not amazed by the coincidence of absences that United have got at the moment? I'm telling you now, if we were going for a treble, or we were in the Champions League semi-finals, do you think we'd have this many first-team players out? Pogba, Cavani, Fred, Lingard's out now, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Luke Shaw. I'm sure somebody else is out as well. Like, absolutely, it's either the biggest coincidence ever, or it's everything to do with the fact we've had a crap season and they can't be asked. Because people will play with a sore ankle or issues to be part of a team that's going to be successful. But obviously people can't be asked when it's not so important, because I can't really get my head on it, really. I've never known United have so many players out. But you look at Liverpool, they're going for a quadruple. They've hardly got any injuries at all. Mohammed, thank you very much. And Ralph Rangnick said there's nothing wrong with the medical department. He's very happy with the medical department. So there we go. Sky Sports has confirmed the Rangnick story. Well, he's going to get asked about it. He'll be asked in a minute. There'll be pre-match comments in a minute. So we'll probably get something later on tonight. Don't let any of these clowns that is out ever play again, says Jims. I mean, some of them, I mean, Luke Shaw's clearly got a problem. He's had an operation. And Paul Pogba's, well, I don't know whether Paul Pogba's properly injured or not. I mean, I'm not individualising it, is what I'm saying, but I just think it's amazing how many players are out for Manchester United, and I guarantee you we wouldn't have this many if we were in a title race. What do you think about Benfica, says MDC? I try not to think about Benfica, really. Not in a bad way, I don't think about them. Corey, welcome to the Members Club. Has anybody told Lingard that Raiola actually is alive? This is Delicate Official. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. No, but seriously, Lingard's not represented by Raiola. So he was a year ago, but he's not represented by him anymore, as far as I know. But personal reasons is why he is out, apparently. So there we go. That's the latest on Jesse Lingard. He's not been left out for, well, we don't know. We don't know what he's out for, really. But here's a little bit for you. Manchester United interim manager Ralf Rangnick is considering an offer to take over as the national coach of the Austrian national team. Sources say the Austrian Football Association is very keen to hire Rangnick, and his consultancy role would not be impacted. United have been described as very accommodating, having denied reports at the start of the month the Austrian FA had approached Rangnick. This is from the Manchester Evening News. So it's looking more and more positive that hopefully we can get Rangnick in a position whereby we can get him staying as a consultant, and he can go and do the Austrian job. I also saw a story today from Fabrizio Romano saying that United are hoping to get hold of Paul Mitchell. I know this will please the fan base a lot as well. We know United are interested in Paul Mitchell. We've been speaking on this channel for a couple of months now. In fact, we spoke to Fabrizio about it on Monday. So he's only echoing what he said on Monday, really, isn't he? That United would love to bring Paul Mitchell to United. But obviously, it's going to be difficult at this moment to get it over the line, because he may well be having other offers put to him. We will see. And Sky is saying that Ralf Rangnick will be confirmed as Austrian national team manager within the next 24 to 48 hours, but will continue his consultancy role with Manchester United until 2024, and that's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. I don't want to see no negativity. No negativity, bro. Just spoken about Paul Mitchell, Jamie, and Mark. My knee is getting better and I will bounce back. You guys know we always bounce back. Good luck tonight. Love from the one and only captain, says the one and only Harry Maguire. Thank you very much. Keep up the good content, says XIX. And Ralf Rangnick has to stay with Ten Hag. We need Paul Mitchell as well, says Eric Leonard. Welcome to the members club, William and Jims. Thank you very much. Matt Morton, who's one of our members, says having my first child in October. Mark, any tips for raising a little girl? Loving the head to heads. Thank you, Matt. He's talking about the members videos that we're doing now for the members. What's that song? The first cut is the deepest. The first child is the hardest, because you've got no experience of it. But it's a fantastic thing, and all I'd say is just embrace it and enjoy it, like most new parents do. Mark, would you go on Lad Bible for an agree to disagree episode, says Owen Price? Only if they let me do it against Mika Richards or Carragher or Keane or Gary Neville. I ain't doing it against these B-Tech versions of me. Let's move on to what was I going to talk about? Oh, yes. I want to just talk about the Chelsea says, hopefully this is a game where we can see Garnacho and Elanga shine, but unsure about Hannibal and Shoretire still. Not sure for Manscaped commercial yet. In summer, we have to get quality over names, says Chelsea. And thoughts on Jesus to Arsenal, Mark, says David Don. God, we even get Arsenal fans coming here for entertainment now. And Mark, this will be the easiest game of our season. Come on, United, says Burka. Okay. I just wanted to say in relation to Ralf Rangnick that I think if he's going to go to Austria and he's going to stay at United in a consultancy role, there's no reason to be negative about it, because ultimately his consultancy role was never full-time anyway. It was always a few hours a month. So as somebody quite rightly said before, Ralf Rangnick was never going to be at Old Trafford every single day and working with Merta and everybody. It was always going to be a consultancy role. So he has got time to do the Austrian job, which is not full-time either. Being a national coach is not full-time. You only play if you maximum 10 games a season, 10 games a calendar year. You spend a lot of time going around watching matches, and Rangnick probably would do that anyway. So it might work to our benefit, really. It's a 7:45 kickoff, so we are 35 minutes away from the start of the match. Welcome to the Members Club, Richard. And Ralph should take Lema with him back to United, says Lars. Well, you know what? The funny thing is, I would welcome Lema at Manchester United, and I would welcome Timber, and I would welcome Anthony, who are both currently managed by Ten Hag. But you never know with United. You can have that connection and still not be able to get it done. So it will be interesting. I just want to mention it. I don't know whether anyone's aware. There is a bit of a protest again today. I don't know whether it will be as big as the one that we had for the last home game, but they are planning on doing it again. In fact, they are doing it. I've just seen a video on Twitter that they are they're walking down from the pub to the ground, and they will be outside for 17 minutes again. So just to keep you aware of that movement is still carrying on. Anti-Glazer, and Jurgen Klopp has signed a new contract for Liverpool. Yeah, till 2026. I did a video on this on That's Football, actually. Hi, Mark. Anything on protest, please? I believe something is not right with Rashford and Jesse. Might there with his family, so said. And yeah, I've just updated on that. Hi, Mark. I'm going to the game tonight. I would like to see you there, but you live hundreds of miles away, says Damien. No, I don't. And he is going to be at Man United only for 6 days, a month. He can easily balance it with the Austria job. Will be interesting summer. Hope we get Mitchell, says that's there. And Ranić out, says Football Fantastic. I mean, look, we have lost 3 of our last 4 games. Let's not beat about the bush. We could be staring down the barrel of another loss, which would put it to be 4 losses out of 5, which we just can't. We can't allow that. We've got to do better than that. Sir Alex and Ten Hag would be heaven. Why? Why would it? I don't know why that would be the case. And hi, Mark. Been following the channel since the start. Thanks for the laughs and good vibes over the years. Much love from Boston, says Richard. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. We will read those out. And Joseph Whelan says Woodward would get Phil Mitchell instead of Paul Mitchell. Yeah, he probably bloody would. I mean, let's be honest. It felt like under Ed Woodward, every summer he logged on to Football Manager, put in a filter for English players, and you know, I want to pay at least £50 million for them, and that was it. But look, yeah, hopefully we've got some level of competency in the club now. Hark. Hi, Mark, says It's Logan. My dog died yesterday. Thanks for making me feel a bit happier. I felt sad and it was quite unexpected, but thank you for doing what you do, Mark. Thanks, It's Logan. Thank you very much. And I think I was a little bit expressive with my dog died yesterday. Yeah, sorry about your dog. It's hard to lose a dog. Not Rashford, Mark. With Raiola, Jesse might be there with him, says Said. Mate, he's not... Mino Raiola is not Jesse Lingard's agent, and I very much doubt this afternoon Jesse Lingard was there at the Lowry. He heard this story about Mino Raiola, and he started belling, got on a plane to Italy. I don't think that. I mean, I might be completely wrong, but I didn't get the impression that Lingard was that close to Mino Raiola, and it wasn't his client. He wasn't his client anymore. There we are, Old Trafford. Live outside Old Trafford for you there. Bit of match day experience. Mark, let's be honest, consultancy role won't pay that much. There's other jobs are necessary unless United can match his wages and give him more hours. Exactly, Yash. Yes, I agree. If Liverpool win the quadruple, would they be recognised as better than 99? Says Edward. I read books. Oh, 100%. I mean, I don't like that prospect, but look at that for a view. Look at that. Beautiful. Bringing in the match day experience on the United Stand. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. Is there anything more rousing than that as a Manchester United fan? Best Charlton and Law. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Somebody said, which one's Ed Woodward? Get out. But look at that. Fantastic. That's live from outside Old Trafford now. I don't know what their latest poster is. They'll be selling you something. Hi, Mark. Slightly off topic, but what happened to all the Brazilian wonder kids coming through South America, says Joseph. I don't know. What did happen to them? I don't know. Did you catch Sir Alex's interview from Punchestown, Mark? Ten Hag needs to cut the tie between the players and the boardroom somewhat, says David Salter. The only thing I've heard Sir Alex Ferguson say is that he wishes Ten Hag all the best. I feel we might have got a longer statement from Sir Alex if it had been Pochettino, but obviously I don't think Sir Alex would have made it any secret that he wanted Pochettino. The same as Gary Neville didn't. The same as the English press didn't. You know, they didn't want Ten Hag. They wanted Poch. But I think in the main, most of them will be supportive now, and it's down to Eric to hit the ground running. Glad to become a member, says Jim's. Long-time listener. Could you make a shout-out to my buddy? I've done this Ben and Dover thing, so yeah. Love the channel, Mark. Easy game for us tonight. Well, he keeps saying it, old Isaacson. He keeps saying the same thing. You know, you can say something stupid twice. I think we've got a realistic poll going on, though. So you can vote in the poll. We've had 15,000 votes already. So it's a good sample of people. United win 34%. United draw 18%. United lose 50%. So I think that's a realistic reflection, to be fair. Jota, Diaz, Kanate, Thiago combined 138 million. We got Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and James for 145. We're a joke, says Kyle. Yeah. I just hope that joke is in the past, but I don't think I think we're still quite nervous about that, aren't we? Really, to be honest. Fabrizio Romano, he says that Ralph Rangnick is seriously considering the offer from the Austrian FA to become the new head coach. As per, he could stay at Man United with his consultative role, but decision will be up to Rangnick. Fabrizio, you're a little bit slow on that one, pal. I mean, 20 minutes really, but yeah, he's not wrong. He's right. And Sky's got a fan cam. How long is it? Okay. We'll be hearing from Adam outside Old Trafford in a moment. Ralph Rangnick will be confirmed as Austria national team manager within the next 24 to 48 hours, but will continue as the United consultancy role. That is according to Sky. So there we go. I'm not bothered as long as he stays. As long as Ralph Rangnick stays, I'm not bothered if he takes the German job. So I am nervous about this game. I really am. I think Chelsea are a good side, and we're a very weakened side. And I think it's all eyes on people like Bruno and Rashford tonight, isn't it? And Telles. It's a hard game for United to win anyway, but with so many people out, it's even harder. United is in such a mess that the man has experience as building a team is in a consultancy role, and the bankers take the decision in a permanent role, says Sapatashi. Welcome to the Members Club, Manu, Dave and Mark. Why are you scared of sharks? I've been swimming with them. They are like underwater dogs. I'll try that one next time. I'll jump into the waters off South Africa with a big stick and baste myself in tomato ketchup and say fetch. And I'm sure they'll come back wagging their tail. Joseph Starr, thank you very much for the super chat. And been watching the channel since the Griezmann days, Mark. Lots of support from Vietnam, says I read books. Thank you very much. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from, actually. I haven't done that for a while. And welcome to the Members Club. Kareem, we've got a few people joining the Members Club, actually. If you want to join, click the join button. You get your badge next to your name, like you'll see Sean Mowbray has got there. And we've got exclusive extra video content for the members now, where we're doing like deep dive stats, head-to-heads and that about transfers and stuff. So if you want to join, click the join button. And thank you very much for supporting the channel. You can see Jack Price and Nigel Green have both got badges there. Your badge changes each month you remember as well, all the way up to platinum badge as well. So there you go. But it's a bit of creativity there. We've got people watching from Portugal, Mexico, Scotland, North Korea. I don't believe that. And hi, Mark, I'm doing a radio package on United for my uni course. Which topic do you think would be best to interview fans on, the captaincy or Ten Hag, says Will Rooston. I think they're both very good topics that you'd get good opinion on, Will, to be honest. Or what would you spend 150 million quid on if you were the boss? Burke has become a member. Thank you very much. And Maguire's knee has a problem with Maguire, says Chief. There we go. Got people watching from Poland, Indonesia, Mars, amazing, Halifax, and India, Antarctica, lots of places, which is great to see. Don't forget, we've got Block Finex, who are sponsoring our show today. You can scan the QR code to find out what they're all about, or you can go through the link in the video description. You get 10% off trading fees with Block Finex for the entire life that you use it. Blocks Finex is the world's fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, check out Block Finex. You get 10% off all your transactions for life, and it is the world's fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange, Block Finex. I know some people are really into that, so check it out by using the QR code or going through the link in the video description. Thank you very much to them. Each to your own. Some people won't be interested. Some people will. Check it out. Right. Let's have a look what people are talking about. Matthias is a new member. And Marco's been a member for 9 months and says, love everything you do across your channels. Much love from Montreal. Come on, United. Yeah, it's a difficult game. I think that if we were playing Brentford tonight, I'd be sat here saying we've got to go and win. We've got to go and win. This is what we've got to go and do. Because we're playing Chelsea, I'm still going to say we've got to go and win, but I'm also going to be realistic to the fact that it's going to be difficult for us to win tonight, definitely. Niaz, welcome to the Members Club. Justin, welcome to the Members Club. And if you could sign one player from the past, who would it be? Roy Keane, Macedonian. That's what Man United need. Prime Roy Keane. I'm watching from Washington, D.C. I was in London last week. Hopefully Rashford scores today. Good luck, all of us, says Kedar. Definitely. Yeah, look, I hope Rashford has a good game. I'm a fan of Rashford. I think there's a good player there. I think the big thing I would be looking at with Rashford today, and I hate to say it because it's been his biggest issue. My biggest issue with Rashford is his work rate. I think it's been poor. And can you shout out my grandpa, Enver? Says Silo, and shout out to your grandpa there. Anyway, let me just get these super chats. Hi Mark, watching all the way from Pound Stretcher, says Ty, and I can't wait for next season. Ten Hag will tear this team down and build it back. Also, sharks only eat surface because they think they are seals, says Jack. Yeah, okay. Have you ever heard of a vindictive shark who might just be doing it because they don't like us? Mark, looking forward to seeing you when you come do the shark cage dive in South Africa, says Stephen. I'll tell you what, if I ever wanted to go viral, that's the content, isn't it, really? Right, talking about content, let's have a look at Adam. He's outside the ground at Old Trafford. Let's see what he's got to say.
United team, same as it was against Arsenal. Chelsea team, on paper, looking a lot stronger than ours, I'll be honest. The injuries, no Sancho, I think that one was a key one for us today. The creation-wise, like I said in the road trip video earlier on, it's going to be difficult. Alanga, a lot resting on his shoulders against an experienced defence. Rudiger, Silva. I just don't see us getting a goal. I don't see how we create a chance with this. It's a well-organised Chelsea team. Yeah, out of form, but definitely in a better place than where this United team is at the moment. Sancho was our best player against Arsenal. I said that earlier on. Ronaldo too, but Sancho was key for us in that game, in keeping us going and keeping the threat alive. We pressed well in that game. Will Chelsea give us the chance to press? I don't know. Havertz probably scares me more than anyone going forward. I'm looking at him probably putting himself onto Lindelof. Obviously they're weaker in the air, and we know how good Havertz is in the air. It's going to be interesting how this game goes, how Chelsea treat this game as well, because the onus is on them in a way because they are favourites. I mean, it just shows you the sign of the times that we're actually not favourites playing at Old Trafford now, but this is where it is. And anyone other than United fans with a red tinted glasses on would say this is Chelsea's game to take here today. We're a bit of a mess, obviously, and with players missing, key players, especially in the forward area with Sancho today. I think that, like I said before, that's where it's going to hurt us more. It's going to be interesting if we go for it or if we try and hold Chelsea. I think it'd be a mistake if we try and sit back on Chelsea and counter-attack them or anything like that. I think Chelsea will just pick us off, and then they've got Lukaku to come on in the end if they need anyone else. And you know that story, like I said before, writing would be on the wall as soon as that guy walks on the pitch, and I would hate it. But I'm going to stick with my prediction. I'm going to go 2-0. Just don't see how United score a goal tonight. I don't, against that organised Chelsea back line. I think it'll be impossible. Well, not impossible, but insanely difficult, let's put it that way. So yeah, we'll see.
Okay, welcome to the Members Club, Justin and David, and Jacob says, watching from Montana, come on United. Thank you very much, Jacob, for your super chat. So, I mean, somebody just said there, I don't envy Adam, says Garth. Better ways to spend a Thursday evening, pal. And David Gregg, welcome to the Man United to United Stand Members Club. Hi, Mark, love you and the channel, says Farhan. And Mark, I'm from Canada, so I only get the Zone feed, which is Premier League TV. They just did a 2-minute segment on how bad United's defence has been all season, and they highlighted every defender except Maguire. The bias is real, says Kevin. I mean, look, you're absolutely spot on, Kevin. If you can analyse Man United's defence this season and leave Harry Maguire out, it's basically like leaving Santa out of Christmas. It's just not right. Hi, Mark. Off the bench, who do you think could actually make an impact, says yes, Owen. I mean, that's a good point. When you look at the bench, the only experience on the bench is the two goalkeepers, Eric Bailly, Phil Jones, and Juan Mata. So will we see Alvaro Fernandez at left back? Will we see a Retire or a Garnacho or a Mabry? I don't really know. That's the problem. Off the bench, he doesn't really have many options. This is why it's really important that Rashford and Bruno have a good game for once, because if they're performing badly and the crowd turn on them, what's Rangnick's option? Funny to see the ex-players speaking about the Champions League Ajax stats versus Man United and saying how great Erik ten Hag is now that Poch's gone, says Paul. Much love from Ethiopia. We love you, Mark. Come on, United, to sleep tight. And Mark, I know we sometimes have disagreements. Just wanted to say I respect you and love you, says Butterpants. Mate, welcome to the Members Club, Cam Robbins. Unlike other outlets out there, whether it's media, written outlets or whatever, I don't really care if people have issues with the content that we do, because that means that we're doing something right. The whole point of a fan community is to embrace opinion. I actually love the fact that there's a little bit of a Henderson cult. I actually like the fact that some people think we should get rid of Ronaldo. I like the fact that some people think Maguire's got a future at the club. They're all opposite things to what I think, but it's what opinion's all about. You can't have opinion if everyone has the same opinion, in my opinion. So I love it. I've always said this. We've been doing it so long, I always forget what the tagline is. But the tagline is that real opinion for real fans, and real fans is every fan who is interested in the game because you have an opinion. Rudiger there, he'll be leaving. So 50% of you still think Chelsea are going to win, 33% going with United win, 17% going with a draw. I'm actually going to go with a draw. I think that's the logical conclusion for me. But I think a United win is a big stretch. I think I'm going to go draw, Chelsea win, United win, if I had to go in order. Yeah, definitely. Right, we should start to be getting a few comments from there's a bit of a protest. I'm just looking at it. There's a little bit of a protest. Well, I say a little protest outside Old Trafford. There's police there, and I'd say there's a good. It's hard to tell. So I think they're walking down towards St Matt Busby Way on the main road. I'd say there's a good 300 there. It's hard to tell. I mean, there could be 500, not 5. But look, the whole point is to keep it sustainable, isn't it? And, I'm just seeing if we can get some comments here from Ralph Rangnick, because he normally does release some comments before the game, and we are only 15 minutes away. There's normally some before. We're not getting anything, to be honest. Let's have a look. It's all about Austria, isn't it? That's what it's all about. So, here we go. Rangnick on Chelsea. They're playing with their best possible starting 11, which I agree. It will be tough games, so we have to play as a team and fight together, be as compact as we can be, the best possible balance defensively and offensively. Welcome to Members Club, Dylan, and welcome. Callum says, I don't see United winning unless Ronaldo does something special. I agree with Callum. I do think that without Cristiano Ronaldo, we're in trouble. Interestingly, that Roy Keane says the starting 11 for Man United, it's not a good team in terms of the skill level, technique, but certainly the biggest letdown in the last few months is mentality. So no punches being pulled by Roy Keane there. Even the ex-players are starting to say it how it is. Wouldn't do it when Ollie was in charge, but more than happy to do it now. Wonder why. I wonder why. He's also said, I bet Man United did try to sign Rudiger, but he probably wants to win trophies. Yeah. I just, on a serious note, though, I don't disagree with anything Roy Keane has said there, but on a serious note, I really do hope that the backing that they gave to Ollie is replicated when Ten Hag starts. I know it's the end of the season. Everyone's feeling pissed off. You can basically say what you want at the moment because it's a crap season. The players have been crap. We don't have a permanent manager. But I hope when Ten Hag comes in that we do get that support and loyalty that certainly we saw on a weekly basis with Ollie. I remember you used to record videos when taking your dog Robbie for a walk. Need to bring those back. Hope you and your family are doing well, says Pratik. Thank you very much. I remember those. I remember walking to work on the canal as well and doing morning transfer videos. Oh, how things have changed. Soham says, with top 4 gone, do you think senior players like Ronaldo and co will really have any motivation? I think Ronaldo always has motivation. So, yeah, I don't think that will change. Also, Rangnick on the young players. They've been training with us in the last couple of days. It's great experience for them to be part of the group. That, to me, suggests he doesn't really want to be starting them today. Doesn't mean that he won't, but yeah, I'd suggest that he probably doesn't want to be starting them. And I wouldn't want to be starting them, but ultimately, when it hits 70 minutes, you're probably going to need to. David De Gea, on representing Manchester United at the moment, for me, I feel embarrassed sometimes. That's not a negative, by the way. That is literally him saying that, some of the performances this season haven't been good enough, which they haven't. I think we can all acknowledge that. No issues at all. I'd agree with him on that one. I think that it has been an embarrassment, and especially when you're a Cristiano Ronaldo or a David De Gea or at some points a Jadon Sancho. You work hard and you're not getting your rewards with what's going on in front of you. But you know what? It's a bit like the Arsenal game at the weekend, isn't it? It is a bit like the Arsenal game at the weekend, where I might be talking through this game, doing my match reaction later, and actually, it doesn't. We might play quite well for the team that we put out, but we might get beat, because ultimately we are playing a good side. I would bear that in mind. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're only 50 away from 322,000. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Have I got that right, Drawty? Because it says 317 in my left-hand corner. All right, I was going to say, we've had a big jump. 322,000, we're only 50 away. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. And obviously for all the matches and all the transfer news, it's going to be a busy, busy summer. So make sure you get involved. Thank you, everybody, for that. Dylan, thank you for becoming a member as well. Let's have a look at some of your chat. Score predictions for tonight, lads. This Cosmic. Yeah, chuck your score predictions in the chat. I'm going to go 1-1 and a draw, but 50% of you think Chelsea will win. I can't really disagree with that one, to be honest with you. The match starts in 13 minutes' time. 7:45. We will be keeping you up to date with what's going on in the West Ham game. And the West Ham are playing Eintracht Frankfurt. Rangers are playing Leipzig. So we'll keep you up to date with those without no problem at all. Please smash a like on the video as well. And thanks everyone for tuning in as ever. All I'm going to say is this. I'm actually going to say a lot more because it would be stupid if I say all I'm going to say this and stay quiet for 2 hours. But in relation to the game, all I'm going to say is this. They really did entertain me at the weekend. I know we lost, but they did entertain me. Manchester United. So I felt engaged for the first time in a long time, and they did entertain me. So I don't want to lie and say that I wasn't entertained by that game. Why did they entertain me? I just felt it felt a little bit different. Now, I know some people didn't like the fact that I said Varane and Lindelof were quite good, but I thought they were. I thought Dalot was quite good as well. I thought McTominay and Matic were quite good, and I thought Ronaldo was very good. So, but we haven't even got the same team, have we? We've got no Sancho. Who's going up from the Championship, Mark says? Gabe. Fulham, definitely. And then I think Bournemouth are playing Forest next Tuesday. That's a massive game. And then the playoffs, I've got no idea. But I'm going to put a bit of pressure on Rashford and Bruno tonight. Rashford has been a bloody nightmare all season. Absolute shit. Absolute shit. I believe there's a player there. He's playing off the left-hand side. He's up against Reece James. I don't want to see Reece James putting him in his pocket. This is Old Trafford. This is your future. Go out there and put a performance in. And the same with Bruno Fernandes. A lot of people are losing patience with Bruno. I think that's right. But he is the captain of this team. This is at Old Trafford. Like, we need a bit of reward. And remember, it's Old Trafford as well. It's at Old Trafford. Like, this crowd will not put up with a bad performance. Any word on the protesters outside Old Trafford, Stephen? There is a bit of a protest outside. I don't know the exact numbers. I've seen an aerial view. It looks to me like there might be somewhere between sort of 300 and 500 people protesting, walking towards the ground. They're going to stay outside the ground for 17 minutes, and then they'll come into the ground. So it's a similar thing to what happened in the last game against Norwich. And I believe it's going to happen again on Monday night as well. So, look, it's their right to do it. They've They've got their beliefs. I don't think that they are unique in the sense that many United fans have wanted the Glazers out for a very long time. Everybody's got their right to protest. Everyone's got their right to back it or not back it and go into the ground. Maybe it will fizzle out. Maybe it will build momentum. But I'm sure every fan agrees with the fact that the Glazers have been a bad thing for this club. Welcome to the Members Club, Jacob. And hi, Mark. I hope for a win tonight, but need Bruno to be how he was before to have any chance. For cooking with Goldbridge, you should do a mixed grill, says Anthony Wright. And hi, Mark. Jinx United and especially Rashford for man of the match. Let's go, says Rashid. I've already said I think Rashford might score tonight. Ben Chappell, welcome to the Members Club as well. So 10 minutes until we start. Mark Greenwood updates. What? He's on bail with the police. That's all I know. I don't really want to talk about something that really we spoke about a long time ago and nothing has changed there. Until it changes, there's not really any point, is there? What's the news that Ralph will not be a consultant, says Tommy. So there was a bit of a story coming out earlier that that Ralph Rangnick is going to become the Austrian coach. But then it was quickly followed up with that he would be the Austrian coach and it would be announced in the next 24 to 48 hours, but he'd still stay on as a consultant for Manchester United. So hopefully that will be the case. I don't really mind if Ralph Rangnick goes and be the Austrian coach as long as he stays as the Manchester United coach. And I've tweeted that as well. So I don't think anybody has a massive problem with it. It was a consultant role. So yeah, we will see. We will see what happens. But we're getting close to the start of the match. I'm looking forward to, I think we've got 4 games left now. Brentford at home on Monday night. Then we've got 2 away games against Brighton and Palace. I'm still very wary that if we continue to lose, we might put ourselves in a situation. Oh, there's Darren Fletcher in his tracksuit again. I just don't get it. He's clapping hands and telling everyone what to do. I just don't get that Darren Fletcher thing. I really don't. Technical director in a tracksuit telling people what to do on the pitch. All I'd say about Fletcher is I think he's got a great opportunity to become a really good technical director by learning from people like Ralph Rangnick, Ten Hag, hopefully Paul Mitchell, John Murtagh. But if you want to be a coach, go and coach. Like, you're not like the reason the technical director of Chelsea or Liverpool isn't training the team is because the technical director. And the reason the coach of Liverpool or Chelsea isn't the technical director is because of the coach. At this level, you can't be jack of all trades and master of none. He needs to figure out what his role is at that football club. And if he's going to be a coach, he's going to be a coach. And if he's going to be a technical director, he's going to be a technical director. And I totally agree that we've gone through a really weird season and maybe he's just been brought in there to provide a bit of stability. But from next season, we can't see Darren Fletcher on the training ground unless he's going to be a coach. He needs to be a technical director or not. Grandad says, would you take 60 million for Rashford? Grandad, I thought he was dead. I would take Would I take 60 million for Rashford? Right here, right now, yeah, I probably would. Why didn't United? But I think he's got a future, and hopefully he can start to show that future tonight. We need him to turn up tonight. Why don't United just give Rangnick a more full-time role in the back room? Says Julian. Maybe they don't want to. I hope Fletcher is not with Ten Hag on the sideline too. It makes my blood boil when he sits there on the sideline. I can't see it, Vignesh. I cannot see Darren Fletcher being a coach next season. Hi, Mark. Did you hear about Mino Raiola's situation? I did. J Drums, if no one's aware of it because you've been at school or work or asleep, at lunchtime it was announced that Mino Raiola had passed away. And about half an hour later, he was tweeting saying he hadn't. So either he's a miracle man or it was a false quote. I think wherever you stand on this, I just stand on the line that he's a human being. Yes, look, there's been times he's annoyed me. As a United fan, he has. He's annoyed a lot of clubs, but he's a good agent for his clients, and I don't know him as a human being, so therefore he gets my sympathy and empathy. That I hope he can pull through it. And but it's not looking good for him, is it? If people are saying that he's passed away, which he hasn't, but he's very, very ill, maybe somebody's leaked some information that it's not going to be long. So we'll have to wait and see. Good evening, Mark. Difficult season, but we'll support through thick and thin and the good and the bad. Love United stand community. Ronaldo, I hope he stays, says Alistair. Thank you, Alistair, who's been a member for 6 months. Thank you very much. 6 minutes until the start of the game. He represents his clients very well, says Oscar. Yes, and that can be at the detriment of clubs and fans. Of course it can. You're always going to be in a conflict between those two. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner to do that. We have got some further Ralph Rangnick comments just coming out. I've just seen him talking to Sky. Sources are now confirming that Rangnick is set to be named as new Australian coach, and Austrian players are also expected to be in charge. Early indications are that Rangnick and Man United believe he can combine two roles. And Rangnick says it's likely that academy players feature tonight because offensively we only have Juan Mata and centre-backs on the bench, which is obviously very, very true. Also goes on to say that, Chelsea have put their strongest team out, and therefore we've got to be up to the challenge, which we have. Of course we have. We've got to be up for the challenge. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Really appreciate that. And do not forget that we are sponsored today on the show by something that many of you might be interested in and maybe many of you never looked at before. BlockFinX are the world's fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange. If you're into that, check them out. They work with over 500 cryptocurrencies across the world, ensuring that users can trade and purchase cryptocurrencies super quickly. And also for the United Stand viewers, because BlockFinX believe that the viewers of United Stand will love their platform so much, they're giving you 10% off all trading fees on the BlockFinX platform, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, but for 10 years. No, not even for 10 years. I've got it wrong. Forever. They're giving you 10% off all trading fees on the platform forever. That is BlockFinX, which is the world's fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange. So if you're into cryptocurrencies, check it out. You've got to be over 18 to do that, of course, and capital is at risk when investing in cryptocurrencies, but the link is in the video description, or you can use the QR code. Remember, BlockFinX is not protected by the FSCS and is always terms and conditions apply. So you can scan your QR code with your camera, or you can go through the link in the description. And I know that there's a massive community about this that I'm not going to get involved in, all around this and on Twitter and everything. And I know some of you are really into it. So check it out if you want. Right, Joel, thank you very much for becoming a member. Tough game tonight, but I'm buzzing. With every game, I'm getting more excited for the new season. Jack, I wish I could have a pint of what you've got. All I want to see tonight, as Tuchel and Rangnick come walking out together, all I want to see tonight is United put in a performance that I can be proud of. That, to me, would be the big thing I want to see, and hopefully we do see that. So I'm going to close the poll if I haven't closed it already. Yeah, 49% are going with a Chelsea win, 17% are going with a draw, and 33% are going with a United win. I'm going to go with a draw, and we will see what happens. But let me just get my tweet out. Please do share the video if you're watching as well. You can do that by clicking the share button underneath and smash a like on the video. We are ready to go. It's Manchester United against Chelsea. I'm not going to lie. United could put 100% effort in and play their heart out and still lose because Chelsea are so much better than us. And I think that's the line I really want to get across. If we play badly tonight, we'll get stuffed. But we could play well tonight and get stuffed because the gap between us and them is huge. When you look at it over the last 18 months, it is huge. They've won the Champions League. They've been to the FA Cup final. They're at the FA Cup final again. They're third in the league. They're better than us. It's a real tough game. And I look at their team with Kai Havertz, Thiago, Rudiger, Mendy, James, Azpilicueta, Kante, Alonso, Jorginho, Mount. As I said, they're a good side. And one thing I would say is that they've only conceded 8 goals all season away from home, and they've only lost 2 games. They've got the second best record in away football this season. What's going on with Matic's shorts? He looks like he's got his pants hanging down the back. It's just the cut of the shorts, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Right, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Mark, as long as Chelsea don't score in 10 minutes, says Akil. And if Spurs get 4th, how far will they get in the Champions League? Says, come on, you Spurs. Oh, man, I don't bloody know. You get out. Well, it depends who your manager is next season. Are you going to swap Poch for Conte? Will Kane still be there? But I'm looking at Ronaldo tonight. As I said many times before, if Ronaldo starts, I feel confident. If Ronaldo doesn't start, I don't feel so confident. Right. Few empty seats, but I think there'll be a few empty seats tonight anyway, not because of the protest, just because I think a few people won't have turned up because they can't be arsed. I don't think it's the protest that's going to fill this up. I think the ground's very empty anyway, and it is very empty. Maybe we can get that confirmed, but it is very empty in the stadium tonight. And I don't think it's because of people turning up late. I think it's because people are off. Kick off. There we go. Maybe somebody in the chat can confirm that. In fact, people in the stand might be able to confirm it because there's a lot of empty seats. So you might have decent reception. Christine says that the fans were booing at the players. I don't know about that. Good interception by McTominay here. Rashford straight away. Terrible first touch. Switch on, Marcus. Fucking hell. It's a days for resurrections. I'm strangely confident, says Nick P. Well, I'm telling you now, Rashford straight away doesn't look like he's on it. Look, that's a jog. That's a fucking jog from Rashford there. Sprint, man. He's given the ball away and jogged after the fullback in the first couple of minutes. Look at him. Sprint. Look at Bruno running after the ball and Rashford's fucking walking. Oh, my God. What is he doing? He needs to put some bloody effort in. Well done, Lindelof. Hello. Come on. Chelsea starting off very energetically here. Ronaldo comes from an offside position. Bloody Rashford needs a rocket up the arse, doesn't he? Hi, Mark. Can you call my brother Granta Pratt? Says Joel. Thank you very much, Joel. Chelsea got the ball here, moving it about. There are a lot of empty seats. I'm just trying to... I don't know whether it's... I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, I think there was always going to be a lot of people who didn't bother turning up tonight. I don't think... We'll find out in 20 minutes whether the stadium fills up completely, and a lot of them have just gone out. The Stretford end looks quite full. But, look, I'm not going to talk about that. The game's on. We'll see in 17 minutes if loads enter the ground or not. But let's see. We need to get a positive result here. We really do. Fans not confident, says Rianne. Would you take 20 million for Rashford, says Grandad 50? I don't know where the lovely bit of skill there by was it Mount on Matic? No, it was not. It was Jorginho. Bloody hell, Matic getting skinned by Jorginho. I at least tried to give you the correct benefit of the doubt and said it was Mount. It was bloody Jorginho. But I don't know whether Rashford's carrying an injury or not. But currently at the game, atmosphere is terrible, to Selfie and Alex. Cross comes in, headed away. It's a weird one, isn't it? Nobody can tell anybody how to support a football club, but I do feel that in a game like this, you do need the fans to get behind the players a little bit. I know they don't deserve it, but actually a lot of the underperformers are not playing. Like De Gea's on the pitch, Ronaldo's on the pitch. They've given everything this season. Alanga's given everything. McTominay always gives everything. Matic has hardly played and he's given everything. I think Varane hardly played and gives everything. Lindelof's not really a problem. But, you know, the atmosphere always had the potential to be toxic, didn't it? And to be honest, I would say in the first 4 minutes, Chelsea already look a lot better than us. But they're a team that plays as a team, aren't they? They're in a cup final. They've been in a cup final. They've been to a Champions League quarterfinal. They've been to the Bernabeu with this team and won. With the empty seats and the lack of atmosphere, does the game just seem like a pre-season? Rashi can't be asked anymore. He's jogging everywhere, says Vignesh. And Welcome to the Members Club, Jonas. Mark, I was having a tour around the Amsterdam Arena when the news broke. Ten Hag will work wonders at United as long as he's given full creative control, says Simon Clift. The last Eric we had was a legend. That was Simon Cliff as well. Chelsea on the attack again here. McTominay's lost Alonso. Who's tracking back their fullbacks? Fucking hell. What a save. This is a bloody disgrace. This is a disgrace. Reece James is Marcus Rashford's man. Alonso is Alanga's man. Track him. Alonso passes it to Reece James. I can't see Alanga and Rashford anywhere. For fuck's sake, lads. You're not a centre forward. It's basics. You can't. This is nothing to do with tactics. This is people not doing their job. Track the bloody fullback. It's your job. Will Garnacho maybe get on due to lack of options? They might do Salah Ahmed, but I think United are bloody... You can already see in the first 5 minutes, United are going to bloody struggle tonight. Look again, Reece James, loads of space. Can't see Rashford again. Werner with the shot. Rashford thinks he should be standing with the centre-back, basically. That's the bloody problem again. He cannot be asked to track back. Well done, Ronaldo. Doesn't give the foul. Linesman's a prick. Alanga's got to do it with Alonso. Rashford's got to do it with Reece James. We're not playing 3 against 3 up front. You've got to track your fullback. Let's not give Marcus the benefit of the doubt with carrying injuries again. He's checked out for a long while now. Shameful, says Kurish. He seems to be attaching... Rashford seems to be attaching himself to Azpilicueta. Has he not figured out that Azpilicueta's not playing at right back? This system's going to get absolutely destroyed. Rashford is not tracking Reece James. He's leaving him free. But Telles is marking Mason Mount. He can't mark 2 people. This is a joke. Again, Reece James is just free. I can't believe the basics of this. It's bloody disgusting. Reece James cannot be doubling up on Telles. Like, it can't happen. In your honest opinion, what is your take on what the hell happened to Bruno, says Olu? Oh, mate, I don't know. I don't know. He's much better than this. He's the captain of the team. He's just signed the new contract. I don't know. But Chelsea dominating possession here, which is not going to go down well, is it, at Old Trafford? Kante spins away. This is a goal. And it's Reece James. And you know what Rashford did? He just stood there and went, oh, I'd sub him off. Sub him off. He's just completely left him. Watch Rashford on this screen. What is he doing? What is Rashford doing? And then it goes there and look at him. He just stops. Oh, I can't believe it. I've never been so disgusted in my life. Absolute disgusting attitude. I can't believe it. I don't believe it. I can't believe that. Maybe it's just me. Is it only me who's just seeing that? Like, oh. I think he thinks he's meant to be marking Azpilicueta, which is ridiculous. They're playing a back 3. You can't mark Azpilicueta. You've got to go with Reece James. Oh, dear, dear, dear. I mean, to be fair, the same thing might happen down the left with Alanga. Here's McTominay. Nice ball. Telles. Whip it, whip it, whip it. Bruno! Oh, straight at the keeper. I can't believe my eyes, says Iram. That was better. Good play by McTominay. Gets it wide to Telles. Whips a cross in. Bruno gets on it. Lovely cross. No power. All right, come on, Rashford. Track back. To be fair, Alanga's doing it as well. They're leaving them. Bad header by Varane. We might be in trouble here. 3v3. Stand him up, Tellez. Alonso. Alanga's. But your dad, the same thing isn't happening because look at Alanga. He's back. Alanga's putting the effort in. The contrast is ridiculous. Alanga is bombing back. Say what you like about him, but the discipline is there. And that's a ball over the top. Okay. Alanga putting in some good defensive effort there. Mark, even the commentary are calling Rashford out, says Talal. Good. It's so bloody obvious. Jaws watch-along. It's not a Jaws watch-along. It is a bit of a massacre in the first 10 minutes, but it's not quite Jaws. There is a protest outside. I don't know how big it is. There's a lot of empty seats, but we'll see how many empty seats there are after 17 minutes. I think there's a lot of empty seats because people haven't turned up because they've had enough. Remember, there's a lot of United fans that travel from around the country, from Ireland, and, you know, to travel over on a Thursday night for a game that doesn't mean anything, you do start to see a lot of empty seats at Old Trafford towards the end of the season when it's like this anyway. So I don't think we would have had a 75,000 capacity anyway. 78% possession for Chelsea in the first few minutes here. McTominay! What is he bloody turning away from? Oh, he's got a free kick. He's bloody lucky there. You've got to go forward, Scott. He's moving forward. Then he turns to play the back pass. Has it all gone to Rashi's head? Need a hungry hung striker to light a fire under him with competition, says Kyle. And Tuchel listed Azpilicueta as the right wing back and James as the right centre back, knowing that United players are too stupid to know where they're playing, says B. Yakov. Well, look at Rashford again. He's attaching himself to Azpilicueta. You can't play 3 against 3 in the front 3. Nice ball by Bruno into Rashford. Now, come on, Rashi. Where's the pass? Fucking pass it, mate. He's won a corner, but there was a pass on there. Finally, people realising Rashford only cares about himself and, kids. Since meeting Queenie, he thinks he's Beckham. You make it so obvious he's the toxic one, Mark, says Ollie. I like Rashford. I think I think there's a good player there, actually. I've always liked Rashford, so you can't put it on me. I don't call him names or anything like that. But I will call out any player if they're not doing well. Bruno's one of my favourite players, and he was crap at the weekend. Anyway, corner to United. Come on, let's get something on this. Tellez. Oh, it was a good corner as well. No one gets on the end of it. Matic just lofts it back in. Oh, Ronaldo doesn't connect with it. He's not happy with himself. He went for an overhead kick on the edge of the 6-yard box, and Thiago Silva helps him up. But it was a decent corner, actually, by Tellez. Matic lofts it back in. Flicked header by Varane, and Ronaldo. He probably should do better there. He's got a lot of time, and he just doesn't connect with it properly. United not conceded for over 10 minutes, says Luke Jones. We'll take the positives. Go on, McTominay. Wide left to Rashford. Oh, it's way too heavy. He'll keep it in. He'll keep it in. Ronaldo looks fuming, savouring every moment watching him in the United shirt, says Nick Stevens. Thanks for the super chat there. A little bit of possession for United. Ronaldo tried to shoot from 30 yards. I wouldn't be doing that, Cristiano. Wins the throw-in. Getting a bit of a foothold in the game, says the Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, I mean, look, Chelsea have started off very, very well. United need to just grow in confidence. Hopefully the crowd can give them a bit of a lift. Nice ball by Bruno there. That's a good ball. Switches it to Tellez. He's got a lot of space. Alanga's making a run. And probably took a little bit too long. Back to McTominay. Ronaldo, why he won't pass it to Rashford? Now he does. Good ball to McTominay. To Bruno. Little dink. McTominay. Oh. Matic. Goalkeeper's got it. I'd rather have Timo than Rashi at the moment, says Jack. And I feel sorry for Rashford. Isn't what everyone thought he was going to be. I honestly believe he's like a West Ham or Newcastle player, says Sean Turner. So we're a couple of minutes away from 17 minutes, which is when the fans will come back into the ground if you're interested in all that, because obviously we'll get to see if it's about people who've stayed outside or not. There's a good tweet here from Tom McDermott. He says, hold on a minute, Chelsea are on the attack. Well back. Well done, Tellez. That's good. Well done. He's had a better game. And Rashford's kept it in as well. Well done, Rashford there. Give him some applause. He's done well. People talk about McTominay's commitment to United, and he's got it in abundance. He's simply not good enough, though. Positionally or with his feet, decent for versus Burnley. No disrespect. Chelsea playing it past him for fun. Well, look, I think that's probably a fair assessment of a Scott McTominay and a few other players at the club. Fred as well. I think they have got the commitment. It's just whether they've got the talent. We'll see tonight. This is going to be a very difficult game. I'd take a draw. Yeah, I would. I'd predicted a draw, and I would take a draw. The problem I've got with this game in the first 15 minutes is I think that if they score, can we come back? I don't know. We need to score first. I watched all of the last game. The team had spirit, turning over as usual. Going to watch West Ham, says Charlie. I think we've got a bit of a foothold in the last 5 minutes. Hopefully we can build on it. Well done, Matic. I mean, Matic has gone from only being able to play a few minutes to potentially being able to play a little bit longer. Well, having to play a bit longer, actually, not potentially. Nice little ball in here. Where's the defence? Oh, I tell you what, the cutbacks come to Kante. It wasn't meant to go to Kante. There's a lot of space in that United defence. Got to be very careful here. They're moving it around for fun. There's too much space. Making it too easy for them at the moment. Goes wide. Havertz, Kante's onside. Cross to the back post, headed away by Tellez. Edge of the box, Aspilicueta, well in by Bruno. Here we go on the break. Rashford, get moving. Oh, Ronaldo's fell over. It's a shame. Well done, Bruno, though. He's kept it in. Keep working, keep working. That's a shit ball. So he's gone for the Hollywood pass there, and that's my frustration with Bruno. We've lost possession. And actually, what he should have done is gone for a simple pass to keep the possession. Get Rashford out. He looks like he doesn't want to be here, says Anton. It's not only Scott. Our talented players lack the effort, and the less talented ones are full of effort. That's our problem, says Jameson Gray. Shot straight at De Gea by Kante. I'm on edge here. Chelsea are very much better than us. You can just see it. And who's marking Kante there? So much bloody space. Rashford's gone down here. Did you see Mark Ogden's tweet undermining Ralph, says Gareth? And I haven't. I might take a look at it and I can read it out there. Rashford's down here at the moment. Well, so Mark Ogden says Austria job is a convenient escape route for Rangnick, but would also solve a problem for United. Clearly not up to it as a manager, and the consultancy role would leave him as an awkward outsider. Clean break would work for all parties. Well, it'd be interesting to see if he's right or not. Well, we've had 17 minutes now, and these seats are not filling up. So I think there's just a lot of people who haven't bothered to turn up. Good play by Matic there. Come on, let's get a bit of momentum going in the pass. Delo into Alanga. Back to Delo. It is, I mean, regardless of what you think about United, we're massive underdogs in this game because of the quality of player that we've got. Basically got a team of youth players and Mata. So many players out for United. Pogba, Fred, Shaw, Maguire, Cavani, Lingard. There's more. I can't even think of everybody who's out. Sancho. So many players out. Mendy gets hold of it. 20 minutes gone. Frankfurt are 1-0 up against West Ham as well, by the way. Be a difficult game. I mean, Frankfurt knocked out Barcelona, didn't they? It could well be a Frankfurt-Leipzig Europa League final, as much as many of us would like to see West Ham against Rangers. I think I'd be very surprised if we see that. Mark Rashford just wants to be a number 9, keeps drifting central, says Kyle M. Yeah, but he wants to be a left winger. He doesn't want to be a right winger. He wants to be a left winger. Put him on the left wing. He wants to be a number 9. He's not a number 9. What are they protesting for? I love the streams. Glazer's out, mate. Good play by Varane there. And Matic brings it away. Lovely play by Bruno. Lovely 1-2. Go again. Rashford, run at him. Oh, he doesn't have the confidence, does he? Fucking hell. He's just passed it to a Chelsea player. Samuel says, I really like Rashford, but he's not good enough. If Chelsea score here, well done, De Gea. All comes from Rashford giving the ball away in a position where we look like we were on an attack. He's bereft of something, whether it's confidence, effort, talent. I don't know. Hi, Mark. What do you think of Ralf Rangnick's appointment as Austrian FA coach? As long as he stays as a consultant at United, Matthew, I'm okay with it. The trouble is, could you take Marcus Rashford off and bring on Mabry? I still think you're better off with Rashford. Put Rashford at left back, says Jack. I honestly think you're better off with Rashford on the team than you are putting on one of the youngsters, because the atmosphere and it's toxic, isn't it? So what Rashford needs is a goal, and everyone will cheer and everyone will get behind him. And you know, football can be about confidence, and he might realise what he's got. But at the moment, he's not a believer, is he? Chelsea played a second-string team against Arsenal, put their strongest lineup against United. Not fair when they're other fighting for top 4 thoughts, says Al. And I don't know why Chelsea put a weakened team out against Arsenal, actually, last week. Lame is a great buy for next year, says Clive Roberts. Well, United have got a bit of the ball here anyway. 23. Oh, McTominay, bloody hell. At least he's won it back. How do you miss a pass there? He's got 2 options and he passes it to a Chelsea player. Got to take more care. Nice ball into Ronaldo, but well read by Thiago, who's relishing playing against Ronaldo tonight. Thiago Silva. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're very welcome. Well in by Delo. Got to get back up, though. Werner. Well done, Delo. Gives up a corner. Chelsea very good at corners. Sechabar says that Telles isn't playing comfortably. I don't think he ever bloody does, mate. McTominay now. We can't afford to lose McTominay. We can't afford to lose McTominay or Matic. We've got literally nobody who can play centre midfield on the bench. It might be Phil Jones. To be fair to Rashford, he became a one-trick pony under Ollie and was coached to stay high for the counter, says Sean Finnis. I do agree with that. I think that's a great point. The development of Rashford was shocking under both Mourinho and Ollie, and he doesn't have many strings to his bow. His first touch is abysmal. Come on, Rashford, put your hand down and track back. Come on, a bit of pace. He just doesn't run this. It doesn't seem to run the same way a Bruno or a Elanga does. It's just very languid, and he's fast. He's a fast player. Mark, do you get Jasper Carrot vibes from Mike Dean? Says James Bella. Jasper Carrot. That's a who remembers canned carrot? You've got to be a certain age for that. I used to love that on a Saturday night. 25 minutes gone, 0-0. I suppose that's a positive for United because they have been the better side, to be fair. Golden Balls. You might remember him from Golden Balls, apparently, Draughty says. I vaguely remember that. Ronaldo, he's not looking for a penalty. He did go down in the box, but he's not looking for one. Mark, can you guess Mike Dean's age? Let's all guess Mike Dean's age. Vicious Brennan. Paolo says, I love Rashford. Not anymore. I'm not attaching myself with academy players anymore. Rashford should leave for his own good, says Paolo. They're on the run. They're on the run. Chelsea down the right-hand side into the side netting from Havertz. I'd say Mike Dean's about 45. Don't you have to retire as a manager, as a referee at 45? Lots of people saying 53. If he's 53, he's done very well. He's 53. There we go. I thought you had to retire as a top-level coach at 45. Having said that, there's no way John Moss is 45. If he is, he had a hard paper round. So, Jonathan Moss, the referee, is 51. He's going to retire at the end of the season as well. And so is Martin Atkinson, who is also 51. There we go. You live and learn. You live and learn. Well, United 0-0 here. Loads of empty seats, so they obviously weren't staying outside for the protest. They just didn't bother turning up. Kante, this could be a goal. Havertz, great save, De Gea. He's done it again. Makes himself big. We should be 1-0 down here. He's hit himself. I think it's hit him in the stomach. It's too easy. They're queuing up. Absolutely queuing up. I don't know what Lindelof was doing there, but Dave saves again. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. Defense parts. And he should score, really. Big chance. I think Rashi has shown some pace, to be fair. I think the big issue has been caught thinking on the ball. Bruno should switch more, says SK. First Mike Dean, now John Moss is retiring. Will miss watching my favourite tubby ref waddle about next season, says Joshua Bowater. Over the bar from Chelsea's corner. If Rashford wants to put these kinds of performances in, go right ahead, kid. Only showing your weak mentality and arrogance, says Sean O'Rourke. Ten Hag won't tolerate it. To be fair to Rashford, yeah, I've done that one. I mean, my problem with any player that's underperformed this season is the cheek of it is that they'll probably start putting the effort in the summer, and it's like, but, you should be putting an effort in a United shirt all the time. And that's my thing. It's like, it's a privilege to play for Manchester United, and every game you should be putting the effort in. So De Gea has made a good save from Havertz. He probably should have done better in that position. You'd expect a player of that quality to score. It was abysmal positioning from Lindelof Alfred. I don't know what he was doing. I think we would have seen it if we'd have had a replay, or if they'd scored. He definitely would have been called out. But there feels like there's an inevitability that Chelsea are going to score. Let's put it that way. What a bit of control by Alonso. Chelsea are playing with such freedom and, chemistry. And this is the thing. When you've got a team that's playing for each other and they know each other really well, I just wonder whether Phil Jones might be coming on for McTominay because he is warming up on the sidelines. Here's Reece James again, spare man. I reckon Millwall could give United a good game, says Learning from Home. Oh, mate, I don't dispute it. I really don't. Reece James gets past Tellez, cross comes in, and Alonso can't get on in there. Explain to me this then, right? Reece James whips a cross in. Who's marking him? Elanga. But Rashford won't mark Reece James. I do not understand why it's happening at one end and not the other. Bremer are 1-0 up against Leicester. I forgot about that. Nice ball into Werner. He's onside. You're going to stand him up. Good save with his feet by De Gea. But I think it was offside. Man of the match for United is De Gea again. I mean, look, analyse this and you'll see the problem. It's a quality thing. Jaws Watchalong is next Thursday, Mushy. It was meant to be tonight, but because of this game and I've got to do match reactions, it would have been way too late to start it. I want to start it at sort of 10 o'clock, so next Thursday. Rashford needs to be tracking back. He's leaving holes, says Harvey Holden. Rashford has become the embodiment of everything wrong with this club on the pitch, been moulded by too many toxic presences. Culture change needed, says Randall. Look, tactically, there's a few things that I'm stunned by. I don't understand why Elanga is tracking back relentlessly with Alonso, but Rashford will not do it. Rashford, I mean, again, look at this. It's your man, Marcus. It's ridiculous. I'm so frustrated because it's been going on for half an hour. You're telling me Darren Fletcher or Mike Phelan or Ralph Rangnick cannot see that Reece James is getting the freedom of Manchester. Like, you've got to track back with him. On top of that, we're playing two holding midfielders in Matic and McTominay, and there's so much bloody space. Mark, tomorrow's my birthday. So far, United's game performance is better or worse than the Arsenal game? It's worse, and it's probably the same, Binny. No Maguire to scapegoat, says Rashar. I don't think we'd be any better with Maguire, mate. So I don't really understand what your point is. It's not an individual thing here. It's just we're not good enough. I don't think this is about anything that other than that we're not good enough. But we've got two holding midfielders, and they're all over us. There's so much space. I mean, the terrifying thing is that if this doesn't work for Tuchel, he can bring on Ziyech, Pulisic. We can even bring Lukaku on if he's feeling sympathetic towards us. And on our bench, we've got nothing. Alanga's not the finished article, but he is putting in a shift and he is tracking back with Alonso. Mark, what do you think of Birmingham and the owner, says Niall Fox? Don't know enough about it, Niall, but I know I've seen a few Birmingham fans. I've even retweeted it myself saying they want to get rid of the owners, and I'll always be sympathetic of that to any club that's in that situation. I mean, I actually don't think, I think SK, I wouldn't actually mind bringing on Mabry at this point because we're not doing anything going forward anyway. So you may as well get somebody who will actually track back with Reece James and bring somebody on who will do it, you know? It's been like playing with 10 men, and I'm not going to individualize why, but, you know, when you take into account, it's been like we're playing with 10 men. There's so much space out there for them. And if I was Chelsea, I'd be disappointed that they're not in front. Need to finish 8th. Don't want Europa, says Merchant. I do. It's a chance of getting into Europe. Anyone else think we should not be 5th? Tellez has been good this game compared with Arsenal, says Callum. Would you be happy winning the Conference League? Says Daz. I don't think that the word happy and Conference League should ever be put together. It's like putting ketchup on your Sunday dinner. I mean, I don't want to be in the Conference League. I really don't want to win it. No. Mark, you can switch to the Europa League semi-finals any moment. We promise we will not judge you, says Sahij. Hey, mate, United is my team. You know, I've never done that. And we've had plenty of games where we could have done that over the last 9 years, but I've never done that. I'm not switching off. That's the whole point of being a supporter, isn't it? Brooks says we're dreadful to watch, and it's taken 34 minutes for Neville to notice Rashford, says Vicious Bin Men. Yeah, well, he loves him. He won't say anything negative. I'd be surprised if he said anything negative anyway. Chelsea again, Reece James, all the freedom. Havertz straight at De Gea. Rashford's playing through the middle now. Jorginho into Havertz. No one's marking Reece James again. I mean, Ronaldo is putting a shift in on the left wing now. It's almost like Ronaldo's told Rashford to go up front because he ain't fucking doing the job. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. It really is. I mean, Ronaldo's gone to the left wing. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Good tackle, Matic. Come on, McTominay. I'm disappointed, really. I'm disappointed, really. I actually said before the game, I think Rashford will have a good game and score a goal, and hopefully he will score a goal. I mean, if we're going to score, he's got as good chance as anybody, but either he's really not a very good player anymore, or there's something really, really wrong with him, because I've never seen anything like it. Or he's injured. I don't know, but I mean, I'm fed up of sort of trying to find excuses, because I mean, maybe some people are right. Maybe it's quite simple what the problem is. Staring us in the face. He looks tired. SK says, "Yeah, I mean, how can you be tired in a game like this?" And again, Reece James down. Oh, Rashford's there this time. This should have been happening for the last 30 minutes. You see, if you stay with Reece James, it will massively help us, Marcus. Keep doing it, please. Another training session is on at Old Trafford. Rashi's so bad he's just not tracking back. He has started doing it now, Vignesh. Let's hope he can keep doing it. He's a shambles of a footballer. He sprinted once in 36 minutes, says James Hadaway. No, Neville did pull Rashi up for not tracking back fast enough and jogging instead of running. Good, Chris. Good. I'm glad that we're starting to get some unbiased opinion now. So what now? Ronaldo tracks back because Rashford is so lazy to put an effort. Disgrace to wear the badge, and Ronaldo is the problem, says Rashid. He's being sarcastic, of course. Ronaldo coming back to listen to Varane yelling about James being free. Can see the dysfunction with Rashford. Get a young lad on who can communicate his jar bar drinks. Well, you know, that won't get called out, will it? That won't get called out. Varane will see what we see. You know, Reece James has had the ball so many times individually on his own down that right-hand side. This ain't the pub football here. This ain't the left winger who's had too many pints the night before so he can't track back. This is bloody Premier League football. And when we're allowing the right back to have the freedom of Manchester, it's a shambles. And you've got to do better than that. Love the response, Mark. How long do you think Liverpool will dominate the league, especially with Newcastle boring, becoming serious contenders very soon, says Sahaj. Well, here's Rashford, runs straight into traffic. I don't know if anybody's at the ground, but I'm very glad I can't hear anything because I'm pretty sure they'll be seeing the things we're seeing. Good play by McTominay. Go on, Bruno. What the fuck is that? It's not too bad, actually. Ronaldo keeps it. Come back, Ronaldo. Who's offside? Bruno was on his left foot and he hasn't got a left foot. Despite what I just said, he came central and didn't bother to recover his position, making Ronaldo switch out. Horrible, says Sean Finity. Hi, Mark. Can you wish me a happy birthday? Love the channel, says Mateus. Happy birthday to Mateus, if everyone can say that as well. Hope you have a good day, pal. Mark, I think they heard you on their AirPods and told Rashford to track back, says Lucas. Look, if we get to half-time 0-0, one thing I would say is that is a decent scoreline for us, considering we've been bloody terrible. So, yeah, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on the road to 323,000. Yeah, Liverpool keeping Klopp is, well, look, if Liverpool are Liverpool, Man United are Rochdale. Sorry to Rochdale, but we're miles off. We're absolutely miles off. And I think if we were playing Liverpool or Man City tonight, they would beat us. They'd be 3-0 up. We're that bad, which is why I'm saying if we can go 0-0 at half-time, fair play. Because, I mean, they've switched Alanga to the left now. It's like they've put Rashford on. I mean, Rashford, you should be next to Alonso. That's the man you're meant to be marking. He's marking bloody Rudiger again. I don't think he realises what his job is. He thinks he's got to mark the centre-back. You've got to go with the full-back. Yeah, they've put Alanga to the left. Well, in Varane. Reece James just slips across him, though. Tellez does quite well. Ronaldo's 37 and he's tracking back and running more than Rashford, who's much younger, says Naveen. Been watching the United Stand since 2017-ish and haven't stopped. Big up to the United Stand team, says Reddy. Thank you very much. Is it me or Rashford not putting in the shift, says Mike. There's something not right. That's all I'm going to say. Mark, how will you feel seeing Maguire lifting the Conference League? Says top 10 football. I'm glad everyone his eyes open to Rashford. Even Neville's calling him out, says Ty. We are seeing leaders step up and make decisions on the pitch. I think we need to calm down and watch the transition happen, says WH13. That's not even a bloody foul by McTominay there, I don't think. Mount fouls him. No, he's given the foul. I would just like United to go and score, just to concede just before half time here. Put, you know, in the absence of quality, put the shift in, lads. I don't think that was a foul. Oh, Mike, I've hurt my leg. You all right, Mason? Mike, piss off and retire. They're not your mates. You're a bloody referee. Get this lad Fernandez on for Rashi, says Ruddy. Yeah, but we are at home. You can't just go totally defensive. Right, this is going to be whipped in right on your head, David, so be careful. No, he's not. Reece James takes it. Good header away by Ronaldo. We're so passive when Chelsea have the ball. We're just waiting for them to make a mistake, says Milan. Rashford criticism is valid, but McTominay, Telles, Fernandez, all are not running about either. Why is their excuse, says Andrew O'Brien. I think you might be right, Andrew, but I don't think every fan can keep their eye everywhere. And unfortunately, people, when watching football, will tend to go to the most obvious error that keeps happening. And one of the biggest obvious errors that keeps happening is that Reece James was getting so much freedom. I can't believe they're getting paid to play like this, says Kokoy. And Farah, thank you very much for the super chat there as well. And Akuta. I think Tellez has been better tonight, Mark Short. He just said, what do you think of Tellez? I think he's been better tonight. But it couldn't be much worse from the other night. No, we can lead. We can level it. We can get 64 points. Yeah, me and Draughty just saying there. He says if we draw, it's our worst ever points total. It will be, but we can equal our worst points total. Our worst ever points total is 64. If we drew this and won our last 3, then we could equal it. But actually, we're not going to win our last 3, are we? So, I mean, let's be honest. We're playing Brentford on Monday. I don't think it's going to be any easier against Brentford. It's not like they're not going to come and pass us off the park, is it? Like, I genuinely don't think that we've lost 3 of our last 4. We're in a bloody mess. Half the team can't be asked to be fit. And, you know, again, I can only give a shout out to Ronaldo and De Gea. Yet again, these players are there playing when others aren't. Can't believe these players get paid to play like this. Might as well not turn up today. This team's an absolute disgrace. They can't be arsed, as Vignesh. So yes, it is half time, and I've just tweeted out as well. Subs needed at half time. Recommend any shows during the second half, says Akil. Well, let me talk about this first. Mark, I just read a stat. Mike Dean has ran much as Rashi has, says Yash, but that doesn't surprise me. I think ultimately my focus is Manchester United. My focus is not on any individual player. I do like Bruno. I was very damning towards him on Saturday. I think he's been better today. I think Tellez has been better today. But you solve a couple of problems and you create more problems. And I've got to be honest, I'd make subs at half time. Reece James has had a ridiculous amount of freedom. And if we give him that freedom again in the next 45 minutes, we will lose the game. To me, it looks very obvious why Ralph Rangnick has been benching Marcus Rashford and not playing him. There is something not right. Is he injured? We're apparently not. Is he trying? Apparently he is. Is he a bad footballer? I don't think he is. But something's not right. And that performance from him is even being called out by Gary Neville, who never calls him out. So, you know, the reality is he has had a bad half. Even if you say he hasn't tracked back, when he's got the ball, he's giving it away. It just doesn't look right. And I think you're almost at that point now where you're just hoping he does something to get his confidence, score a goal, put a good tackle in. 45 minutes, it didn't get any better. So, look, I said halfway through the half, I'd still keep Rashford on rather than bring Mabry on or show Retire or Garnacho or anything like that. I think now I would bring on Mabry because the one thing, Alanga's done nothing on the ball. But what he has done is he's tracked back and forth with Alonso. We know Chelsea have got more possession than us. And if we can get somebody who does it on the left-hand side, we need to do that because I think there's an inevitability to this game that at some point Chelsea will score. We will not be able to score and we'll lose 1-0. So what we've got to do is stop Chelsea scoring. And if we get the point, we get the point. So I actually would make a sub at half-time. I don't think Rangnick traditionally does make subs at half-time, but I think we might see it. Replace Rashford with someone who will bust a lung and we have a chance, says Mike. If Rashford is given a new contract, it's a disgrace, says Tom. Rashford, capable, not coached, able, but not asked, says Alexander. If you could choose anyone during the transfer window, who would you want for Man United, says Cloven. Tchouameni. The performance is only proving the protests and boos are warranted, says Stephen. And once again, Rashford showing how much United means to him. There isn't a player in there, Mark, says Julian S. Just on the protests, this performance has got nothing to do with the protests. The protests are about the Glazers. So the fans who are protesting are not protesting because we are doing shit in the league or certain players doing shit. And I think they would be at pains to say that themselves. The protest cannot be because we haven't bought the right player or because we're not having a good season. It's about the Glazers, that is. And we shouldn't be protesting because we're performing badly on the pitch. That's like protesting to get Solskjaer sacked. We shouldn't be doing that. And I don't think any United fan would do that. Looking away from the issue with Rashford, of course, the possession has been dreadful. Getting on the ball has been dreadful. I'd also say that if Rashford had put the shift in and he'd done as much work as Alanga, it still wouldn't be a good performance. He's not the only reason. He's just the biggest reason at the moment. I've got to look at McTominay and Matic. We're playing with 2 holding midfielders and there's just so much space out there. You've got to bring Bruno into that as well, who again, when he's been better, Bruno, but he's also all over the place. I I think Ronaldo and De Gea have stepped up to the plate. I think Varane has stepped up to the plate. I think Delot's been reasonable. Lindelof's working hard, but he nearly cost us a goal, wandering out of position. So, again, I think the only players that have stepped up are probably the three that you would predict would step up, the three that have actually won anything in their career and experience, which are De Gea, Varane, and Ronaldo. The rest of them, really, yes, Telles has been better, but there's so much space out there. Is it a coincidence that the two best players are the only ones who played under Sir Alex, says Jamie? Rashford is capable, but it seems like he just can't be asked, says Abdu. Danny Welbeck would still be a good United player if he wrote books and had a good PR team, says Julian. And I thought Dele Alli was lazy, but Rashford is proving me wrong, says Jonathan. Last time United didn't concede before half-time was the 2nd of April versus Leicester. Can they beat that stat? Also, please, treasure Ethan Gilbraith, Eric Ten Hag, says Chal. And Rashford is a disgrace. Get him off. Watching McTominay there and he doesn't know what to do. Shocking always. Also, why is Bruno playing so high up sometimes, says Jamie. Well, I like that comment from Jamie because it actually dictates the issue that it's not just Rashford. You know, the midfield is a problem. I think Bruno, again, is all over the place. There's no discipline. There was a time in the first half where Bruno got it on the touchline and he tries that Hollywood pass that's never on to Rashford. He tries and it's a 30-yard pass through 4 Chelsea players. And instantly Chelsea get the ball and they're on the attack again. And you're like, fucking no. We've spent the last 20 minutes with Chelsea with the ball. We get the ball. You've got a simple pass to keep a bit of possession for a couple of minutes and maybe work a better situation. And what does Bruno do? Instantly, bang, I'm trying for the worldie pass. He's got to learn that we've just played 20 minutes with Chelsea on the ball. Don't give him the ball back, try a pass that you'll only do 1 in 20. Keep the ball. And this is something he's going to have to learn under Ten Hag or he'll be out. He gives the ball up too much. Our midfield is bereft. We so frequently play out to the wings, but there's no one in the midfield available, so we inevitably lose the ball, getting pinched on the wings. Just tepid, pathetic stuff, says JB. I also want to say that Chelsea are a very good team. They're 3rd in the league. They went to the Bernabeu and scored 3 goals against the Champions League semi-finalists. They were the quarter-finalists. They're in the Carabao Cup and lost on penalties. They're in the FA Cup final. Chelsea are a very good team, and they've had Tuchel for over a year. And they've got players who are playing for them. But so even if we had our best team, even if we had Sancho and we had Fred and we had, you know, whoever else you want to play who's not bothered to play, we would still struggle today because Chelsea are much better than us. So I think that's important. But they're highlighting on Sky here, and it makes us feel very justified in the chat because we started talking about this in the first minute. Chelsea attacking down the right, relentless. They've been doing this for a minute on Sky. Chelsea attacking down the right, Chelsea attacking down the right, Chelsea attacking down the right. Don't do yourself a misservice as a football fan. You see things that we see and everybody else sees. It's constantly down the right, down the right, down the right. Can we do Ollie versus Ralph results this season, says Paul? Well, I don't see the point, Paul, because these players have down tools since Ollie left. Stats are on the screen there. 65% for Chelsea. Why Chelsea in a black and white shirt? I was going to say, I was like, are we playing Newcastle? 65% for Chelsea, 35% for Man United, 11 shots to our 3, 5 on target to their 1, 350 passes to 194. Yeah. It's, I mean, we beat them on tackles and we beat them on fouls, but yeah, I mean, that's a fair reflection of what's going on, I think. The season is over, might as well put the young boys on, says Aidan G. Simo's up the wheels, up the blues, says Jacob. And this lot can't be asked, it's clear. What Rashford, isn't he Man United born and bred? Most disgusted with him because of his exact reason, a disgrace, says Jeff. And I agree with you, Mark, Chelsea are better than us, but it doesn't warrant jogging on the pitch and not tracking back, says Vignesh. No, I agree. The criticism is, I absolutely agree with any United fan who's had it up to here. You know, it's been a horrible season, and at times you think you could do a better job than they do, or certainly put a bit of effort in. I think we're at that point now. But look, I don't agree with throwing the season away, because if we lose our next 4 games, we'll finish 8th. We won't even be in Europe. And I think the Europa League is so important to Eric Ten Hag, because it gives him more games to try things out. It gives him another opportunity for Champions League. It gives him more revenue for signings. Everybody who's thinking, let's lose our last few games and finish 8th, we won't buy as many players in the summer. Europa League revenue will allow us to buy more players. So you know what these owners are like. So it's very important that we find wins in the next few games, because if we don't, then we will be in trouble. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. You're very welcome on the channel. I think that with regards to what happens next, I would make substitutions at halftime, and I would take Rashford off. I think the thing that really frustrates me the most is that if some of these players turn up in the second half, in the summer when we get Ralf Rangnick, when we get Erik ten Hag, I'll always say, why didn't you turn up now? And I think some of these players, Chong would track back, says SK. I think with some of these players that they've been so bad this season, but you get the feeling that in pre-season they're going to come and bust the guts. And that's just never going to be acceptable, is it? It's never going to be acceptable to do that, because you should always put a shift in for Manchester United. And if you're not putting in a shift in for Manchester United, then why aren't you putting in a shift for Man United? You know? A few people saying KSI's in the chat. I can't see. I doubt it's the real one. It's fake. It's definitely fake. Okay. Remember the time when Glazers were supporting European Super League? Well, with this team, it's almost laughable, says Mark Silverbridge. Please do subscribe, by the way. Just a shout out as well, because it is half time. That you can see the QR code is next to me on the left, and you've got the link in the description. We are sponsored by Blockfinex on the show today. If you're interested in cryptocurrency or you want to find out about it, hold your phone up with your camera, scan the QR code and download it. Or go through the link in the description. Blockfinex currently work with over 500 cryptocurrencies across the world, ensuring that users can trade and purchase cryptocurrencies super quickly with Blockfinex's unrivaled matching engine. Blockfinex pride themselves in being the world's fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange. So if you're into it or you want to get into it, definitely check it out. Links in the description, and you can scan the QR code. The great thing about this offer as well is because Blockfinex believe that the viewers of United Stand will love their platform so much, they're giving you 10% off all trading fees forever. Not for 1 year, not for 2 years, not even for 10 years, forever. They're going to give you 10% off all your trading fees on the not on the world's fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange. So check it out. Links in the description, or you can scan your QR code through that. You've got to be over 18 to use it, of course, the Blockfinex platform. And please always remember that your capital is at risk when investing in cryptocurrency. Blockfinex is not protected by the FSCS and is always T's and C's apply. So links in the description. And remember, 10% off all your trading fees forever when you use the link in the description or you scan the QR code. Thank you very much to Blockfinex. And we are about to get ready for the second half here. We've got 2 more super chats. Would you give Rashford a new contract? No, not at the moment, does it? No, well, it's nothing to do with tonight. I wouldn't give Rashford a new contract anyway, because I'd say you've got 2 years left on your contract, really. He's got 1 year plus the option of another. I wouldn't. Roy Keane just said it's like Premier League side versus a League One side, says Lee. I wouldn't normally want to put youngsters on in a game like this, but they may play with energy and a lack of fear, says Stephen Ross. I mean, look, I feel that there's inevitability. There is an inevitability that Chelsea will score because they're the better team. There's no doubt Chelsea are the better team here. Jay's just messaged me. I think he's on the forum after the game. A real football club would sell Rashford. Another charlatan stealing a wage. And I've not for a long time have I seen so many comments coming in from you singling out one player's performance, and that's been a bad performance from United. We've not created hardly anything. Chelsea have dominated us. I certainly think if we did the player ratings now, only De Gea and maybe Ronaldo would be above a 6. But for one player to be singled out when a lot of other players haven't played that well just shows you the performance that people think he's put in. And I don't think the vast majority, of course, I've been doing this for a long time. I like Rashford. I think he's a good player. I've seen people calling him Trashford, and I don't agree with it. So, of course, there's people who don't like Rashford regardless. But I also think that there's a lot of people who are just calling it as it is. There's the league table on the screen. At the moment, we would have 55 points, which we do need to start doing because I am worried about West Ham behind us. And also Wolves have got a game in hand on us as well. So we do need to be a little bit careful. We still finished above Liverpool last season, says the Stone Roses. Somebody said, I don't know whether this is true. This is completely different. This is take your eye off something in a minute. McTominay has been a solid 6 since he came into the first team, one-dimensional, says Ricky D. Rashford is out for the second half. Do you think Ahmad could contribute to the first team next season, says Mason Patrick? Somebody said that Liverpool would have missed out on top 4 if you took 3 points off their league table position last year. I don't know whether that's true or not. And they basically blamed it on Ollie because we lost 4-2 at Old Trafford when you put Dean Henderson in goal. And if Liverpool win the treble or the quadruple, we could have stopped them even being in the Champions League. I don't know whether that's true or not. No subs at half-time. It just shows that he doesn't want to throw the youngsters into this, because I think if Sancho was on the bench or Cavani was on the bench, then Rashford wouldn't have started anyway, but he'd certainly be off now. So anyway, second half's about to start. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner, by the way. You're very welcome on the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. And obviously we're live for all the watch-alongs and everything. You're very welcome on the channel. And please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're only 10 subscribers away from 323,000. So help us get over the line. We're just about to start off, and we're off. Second half. Loads of empty seats. Loads of empty seats. I mean, it might be waiting for people to come back, but I think there's a lot of people that just haven't turned up tonight, obviously. And as I was saying in the first half, United have got a lot of fans from all around the country, from Ireland. And can you blame people who come over from Ireland or, up the M6 from going, yeah, I don't really fancy this on a Thursday night, to be honest. Literally looked like they were running a training session where you allow the guy, hold on a minute, Chelsea, just wide from Mount. Literally looked like they were running a training session where you allow the guy to send in free crosses. Reece James had the red pinny on. Coach said not allowed to guard him, says Richie Gray. I know what you mean. Richie. I'm starting to look at Fernandez like Zuma looks at his cat, says 137. What, affectionately? I bet Zuma looks at cats very affectionately now, because, he better be. Not in that way. I mean, just like, he likes them. Maguire is the toughest opponent I've ever faced, says De Gea. I don't know why I homed in on that one. I think if Chelsea score, we're in trouble. We need to score first in this game or keep a clean sheet, because if Chelsea score first, I just think this crowd's going to get very, very toxic. I don't know whether I did mean to ask that if anybody's got the audio on for their game, if you could tell us what the atmosphere is like, and if it has been bad towards the team or players. I reckon you could do a better job in this midfield, says Nutheads. I don't, mate. I mean, I'd love to say that. I know people say, "Oh, I could do a better job in that midfield." I genuinely couldn't, because I'd be knackered after 2 minutes. I'm very unfit. It's a calm atmosphere. Thank you very much. Quite a dead atmosphere. It's very dead, says the chat. Somebody said there was a bit of booing before the game, but somebody said there, Gary Neville's been ripping the team. You know what, though? I'll always be honest. And I do sense that Neville's partly ripping the team because he's been digging at Ranić for a long time as well. So I think it's a way to get at him as well. It's a very dull atmosphere, a lot of chants against the Glazers, but I can see them turning on these players if Chelsea score first. Exactly, Vignesh, yeah. Good play by Matic. Oh! I thought Ronaldo was going to get it. Good play by Telles. Whip it. Crap cross when you needed a good one. McTominay. Hey, up. That should have been a foul, ref. Oh, they're going to score now. They've got a 3v1. McTominay's. Havertz. Brilliant play by Bruno there. Intercepts it. It would have been a one-on-one. Well played. Well played, Bruno. McTominay would have been absolutely buried for that. Good tracking back by Bruno there. Our performance is appalling. Lovely play by Matic in the box. How close was Ronaldo to this? Cross came in. Oh, he was nowhere near. Nowhere near, really. Our performance is appalling, but for Neville to say he wants us to get beat is unforgivable. You simply don't say that. Has he said that? No, Jim Jam. I think you're trolling. You'd never say that. You'd never say that. I don't think I've ever said that. He wouldn't say that. Reece James again. Fucking hell. That's going to be a corner. He did say it. In what context, though? You can't say that. I can't listen to anything Scholes says anymore. He blamed the players when Ollie was in and now blames the coach when it's Rangnick, says Emil. And not saying Ronaldo's the problem, but Bruno has completely fell off since his arrival, says Gore. Well, that's not Ronaldo's fault, is it? Ronaldo's scored hat-tricks. I think it's been a decent half, 2-0 winning coming, says Burker. He's very positive, Burker, to be fair. Well, Lorkie says it's a fake quote, so I don't believe that an ex-United player would say, I hope we lose. Strange mood tonight from Gary Neville. Really went in during the first half commentary. You can really feel his discontent. Mate, I don't know Gary Neville at all. I'd love to do a sit-down chat with him. He wouldn't do it, I guarantee you that. But I get the feeling that I listen to him a lot. I don't think this is actually about the players with him. Gary said we need to get beat, says Matt Batty. And I think he's pissed off because we didn't listen to him on Pochettino. Remember, there was that story that Richard Arnold was going to seek advice from ex-players and Gary Neville was quoted. Gary Neville wanted Pochettino and we've gone with Eric Ten Hag. I'd be pissed off if United spoke to me as an ex-player and I said, I think you should go with Poch, and then they went with Ten Hag. I would be. It's natural, isn't it? And I think there is a bit of bitterness towards the club because of that. The year is 2023. Maguire scores a 92nd minute winner versus Shamrock Rovers to win the Conference League. Fingers in his ears, we're back, says Adrian. Strange mood tonight. We're going to put the quote up on the screen. Draughty's going to put it up, so you'll all be able to see it. Throw into Chelsea. Gary Neville, Man United, the type of team for any football fan watching that you almost want to get beat. They need beating. They set a really poor example around work ethic and trying and all the things that parents and teachers tell their children every single day. Well, I mean, there's a little bit more to it then, isn't there? He's sort of done it as a third party thing, isn't he? He's saying the type of team any football watching, they almost want to get beat, you know, they need beating. Yeah. Andy Goldstein, who's on TalkSport, has said, Gary Neville, I love you. You're easily the best on the box, but please stop slagging us off. Oh, Werner. How did he not score? Cross came in from Mount. Please stop slagging us off. We're poor, very poor, but it won't change this season. You know that. We all know that. So please just pull it back a bit. Tweeted what I think it's all about. Matic has got no one to pass to. Bloody hell. Good ball. Go on, Alanga. Hey, come on, it's a handball, mate. Yes. Give a yellow card. It's nowhere near the box. I'll take it. I'll take it. Good play, good hold-up play by Rashford for once, actually. Although Rashford's playing through the middle now. Free kick for United. It's a long way out. Sunshine, Gary Neville. I told them to get Poch and they're gone with Ten Hag. I'm fuming. I'm fuming, Phil. I'm fuming. Get me a pack of Revels. I'm fuming. Mark, do you think your son will play for United? No, George. I don't think he's going to be that into football. And I don't push my kids to do stuff. I'm not doing the Mbappe project or anything like that. McTominay with the cross. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Trust, thank you very much for the super chat there. And hey, Mark, much love from the USA. Next season, I'm going to go to my first game at Old Trafford. Where do you recommend I get a seat? Says Jesus. In Manchester. Yeah. I think it's a good time to go and watch United at any time if you're a United fan. I mean, you'll get people saying, don't go and watch us, we're shit. But the whole point of being a fan is to try and go to Old Trafford. It's like the Holy Grail, isn't it? You've got to try and do it. And I tell you what, every time I go to Old Trafford, every single time it feels magical. Whether I'm playing on the pitch, which I have done. No, but seriously, when you step in there, it is a magical place. And then they kick off. Trolls, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Lovely play by Bruno and Ronaldo. Oh, he's giving up. Kante. Typical Kante. You just feel it's a matter of time before they score, you know. And the quality they've got on the bench that they can bring on. Ricky D. I need to get a little clip from my my vlog when I actually played at Old Trafford, and then every time people go, "You never go, you never go," I can just play them that because it will absolutely burn them like a hot cup of tea on their hand. They'll hate it. You never go to Old Trafford, no, but I've played on it. Dr. Sam Lee, thank you very much for joining the Members Club. Appreciate that. If you are a member, don't forget to check out our exclusive video. The Theatre of Memes, says Robin Hood. Welcome to Members Club, Leon. What's the scores in the other games? I've got more assists than bloody Rashford's got this season. I didn't play this season. I got 2 assists. Should have scored as well. Ji-Sung Park. Oh. Edge of the box. Cut it back to me on the edge of the box. I look behind me. I'm thinking, I'm shooting at the Stretford end. I'm going to score. It was a charity match. I'm going to score. And then Ji-Sung Park came from nowhere and tackled me. From nowhere. I was gutted. But I did get 2 assists. It's 1-0 to Roma against Leicester. He's not giving a foul. Jack, thank you very much for subscribing. It's 1-1 what? West Ham 1-1 with Eintracht Frankfurt. That's at West Ham. You ever considered managing a Sunday League team, says Liam. It's funny you should say that. No. Good tackle, Bruno. I mean, to make Rashford useful, we've actually put him up front now. We've had to change the way we're playing to get something out of him. Well done, Lindelof. I tell you what, I do think that the back four have done okay tonight because they've been very busy. And it is a good Chelsea side. Here we go again. So much space. Where's the midfield? Reece James again. Nobody on him. Who's tracking Reece James again? Alanga's back. Werner is going to lay it off. Jorginho wide to Reece James. They're queuing up. Corner. Who is finishing 4th? Arsenal or Tottenham? Says Abdi. I think I've changed. About 3 weeks ago, I said Arsenal. 2 weeks ago, I said Spurs. I'm back saying Arsenal again now. I don't see how McTominay or Rashi is going to get Ten Hag's way of playing, says Rocco. There's a few of them that I think that about, to be fair. Half an hour to go. Still 0-0. For how long? Cross comes in. Werner's got it on the back post. De Gea's got it now. Somebody said, I think it's going to go down to the North London derby. Well, I don't think it necessarily is, because Arsenal, if they win their next 2 games, Arsenal, I think they've got West Ham away and then somebody at home. Before the North London derby, if Arsenal win their next 2, which are very winnable, that puts them 2 points ahead of Spurs. But Spurs have got to go to Anfield before then. So if they lose, they'd be 5 points off. Goal. There it is. It's always coming. Alonso. Fucking Hollyoaks defending. I'm telling you, it's like a bloody... I tell you, if they were handing out Oscars for Pratt's, this is the best performance of Pratt's I've ever seen. Hollyoaks FC at the back. Fucking rubbish. Rubbish. Acting to be Man United players. It's just abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And I tell you what, if this cross comes in from Reece James, we have been warned. It's just, that's it. It's game over now. It's been coming all game. It's rubbish. You can't even get fuming about it. Reece James again. Look, if this comes wide, Aspilicueta to Reece James, Alonso. Well, it's Rashford's fault. It's fucking Rashford again. He goes to the other side and it's a goal. Because he's not tracking back with the fullback again. All night. All night. Ronaldo looks defeated. But you know what? Alanga's tracking Reece James this time. Alonso scores. Rashford fucking stood 20 metres away, probably like that. I'm fucking fuming with him. Disgusting performance. And I think Rangnick's got to take the blame, because he should have took him off at half-time. Would rather go for a drive with Marcus Alonso. Oh, I'm not reading that out. 137. Disgusting joke. Cam says, how's that Rashford's fault? Well, I tell you how it's Rashford's fault, mate, because he's playing off the left fucking wing. Sorry, the right fucking wing. And Alonso scores. Ah! Sue! Ronaldo! Get in, you bastards! 1-1. Get in. What a goal! What a goal! What a goal! Thursday night out. Student night with Sue. Get in. Get your red shoes on. We're out. We're back in it. And it's that man again. Don't ever tell me he's the problem. Ronaldo, get in. 1-1. Get in. Bloody hell. Kante with a bad pass. Matic. Dinky little ball. Ronaldo. Touch. Bang. Get in. What a bloody goal that is. Get in. Oh, that celebration was from the depths of hell. Get in. Get in. What a finish. First ever goal against Chelsea in the Premier League. Can someone please stay on James, says Ricky D. No, but going back to the goal, all first half, we're talking about Reece James not being tracked by Rashford on the left wing. Goes to the right wing. Look at him now. Look at where he is now. Look at where Alonso is. He's not got a fucking clue. That ball's onto the back post with Alonso again. Look at him. Alonso, he's not tracking him again. Oh, it's unbelievable. Matic, Ronaldo is the modern day Bergkamp. Henri, says Lord. What a goal by Ronaldo. What a goal. Matic as well. Ricky, I'm telling you, I've told you. Matic is the answer to anything. 2 + 2 is Matic. It's not 4. What a goal. Just what a goal. What a man. Him and De Gea this season. Just magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. We needed that right out of nothing as well. Brilliant play by Matic, and then Ronaldo. Just, it was a lot of work to do as well. Come on, 25 minutes. 25 minutes. I've got a sore throat now. Stop pissing about at the back. How's that not a foul on Ronaldo? He barges into the bloody floor. Get it out, Delo. Get it out. Man said 2 + 2 is Matic. Your class, says Hader. And here's Reece James again. Well done, Matic. And serious question, where in the league do you think United would be without Ronaldo, says Adam. Well, where would they be? Look at Reece James and Matic here having a go. Come on then. Come on then. Do you want some? Give him some, Matic. 2 + 2 is Matic. Why do you think the United players lose discipline so constantly, says Noah. Mark, yeah, well, look, you know, Matic is fast becoming a man of the match contender here. Scooby-Doo, what subs would you make, Mark? Rashford shouldn't be on the pitch. He shouldn't be on the pitch. He's cost us a goal. He's been crap. Give Matic some love too. Great pass, says Richie. He said he was leaving, but still giving his all. And can you imagine how many goals Ronaldo would score with a creative midfield? Matic on fire, says Ricky D. Is Rashford Stevie Wonder in a United shirt, says Liam. I'm telling you now, that goal's on him. Doesn't track Alonso back, hasn't tracked Reece James back. It's on him. Ranić clearly doesn't want to throw any of the kids in. Right, here's Rashford. He ain't going to get that. Kante, look at that. Look at the way Kante just skips away from Rashford there. It's bloody embarrassing, mate. Yes, Alonso's your man. That man behind you who's unmarked, that's your man, Rashford. Like Alanga's doing it on this side, that's your man. Can you imagine how many go? Yeah, I've done that one. Thank you very much for the super chats. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, Matic has been very, very good this second half, and we're back in the game because of him. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, you've got Matic, McTominay, Bruno, and Rashford's playing centrally. I don't even think he knows what his job is. He's just running around. Sonna have 50p head on the win than Rashford. At least he tries, says Graham Barber. Thank you very much, Graham. Sooner have 50p head on than Rashford. Sorry. Sahil, welcome to the Members Club. I'd put Bruno on the right and bring Matic on and put Mata on. Put Mata where Bruno is and put Bruno on the right just to track back because their goal came from this fullback issue. Well done, Lindelof. Look at Ronaldo's work ethic here. Unbelievable. That's it. Try and keep the ball. That is a hospital pass by Tellez. What the fuck are you doing there? Oh, this ref's shit. He's shit. I can't wait for you to retire, you cretin. Bruno gets fouled, you play on, and then you give Chelsea a foul. Absolute knob. Iron, thank you very much for subscribing. Oh, they're bringing Lukaku on now. I already know what's going to happen. And they're bringing on Pulisic. There's only one goat still playing football. Susa Shane. This is the thing. Chelsea can bring on 2 players who are worth about 180 million quid. Well, they're not worth that really, but in transfer fees, they probably are well over 100 million. The story's been written here. Rashford is quickly becoming the new Lingard. He was good for a few months, 2.5 years ago, and has been mediocre at best since leaving off hype, says Jimbo. Jim White, Slow Sports News, says... Jim White, Slow Sports News, says Goldbridge United. 2 + 2 = Matic. Werner's off and Havertz is off. Well, it'd be just typical of Lukaku to turn up. He's done nothing all bloody season. He'll probably turn up now. Lukaku only scores against Aston Villa, says Lord. Yeah, you jinx it. Mike Dean = crap, says Paul Roscoe. What a cross. Oh, I tell you what, give him some credit, Tellez. I don't know whether he means it, but he gets something on it that I think stops a tap in for Chelsea. They've been so much better than us, Chelsea. I'm just praying that the defence does something. Lukaku will be up for this, though. It's a chance to sort of get you some points in the bank with Chelsea fans. Lovely cross by Reece James. Well done by Bruno on the back post. Another corner. Lukaku is prime example of how a price tag should not determine playing time, says Emil Garcia. Player ratings you'll be able to do for the match reaction. Mount with the cross, headed away. It's a long way to go here. Okay, now we're on the break and Rashford plays a shit pass again. Is there anything he can do right? What? How is he not took Rashford off? Tried to jinx him with a tweet there. I just said he's got to come off. McTominay might as well sell coffees in the parks as PJ. Ahmed, thank you very much for the super chat. Look, yeah, I've done that one as well. Thank you very much for the super chats and normal chats. Bring on Garnacho, says Randy. Well, it's just relentless Chelsea here. Look at Rashford there. He's just jogging back. This is a goal. Oh, well done, Tellez. I thought that was going to be a goal. It's a foul. We'll have the foul, mate. Yeah, we'll have the foul. Sit down, Rudiger. Sit down, Rudiger. He's already scored past you, mate. You can't take that back. You can foul him now, but he's already scored. He's obviously going to stick with this team, is he? He's not going to chuck a youngster on, but I tell you what, a youngster can run better than Rashford can. If we lose this game, I'm calling it out. Rangnick should have made the sub at half-time. Play it off. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, yeah. Baffling. Yeah, I think Tellez has played well tonight, RDR. I think he has played well. Rashi will probably get a new contract because of this, says Donald. You got to be making a sub. West Ham are 2-1 down to Eintracht Frankfurt. It's good news for Arsenal because they're playing them on Sunday. Slow Sports News. You're the best commentator, says Gaz, and I run more than Rashford, and I'm in a wheelchair for life, says Even Whelan. Let me check something. See if Amy's got the player ratings up. I think he has. Jorginho's down injured at the moment. Yes, he has. You can go to the unitedstand.com and do your player ratings if you want to. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I don't think Rangnick's going to make any subs here, so you can pretty much do it off what we've got, and I'll drop the link in the description for you as well. Remember, we're sponsored by Block for Next. Links is in the chat if you want to check that out. And player ratings is now in the second paragraph for you. If you refresh the page, you will see it. Or you can go straight to the unitedstand.com and do it that way. 15 minutes to go here. I predicted 1-1. Reece James has just asked Ronaldo for his shirt. I can tell because Ronaldo went, yeah, no problem. Obvious, really, isn't it? 14 minutes to go. Well, United have done well to get back into this game because when I did feel when Chelsea scored, that would be it. Chelsea are very good defensively, and they get the goal. I think that's going to be it, and then a great bit of play by Matic, and then a superb world-class bit of football by Ronaldo to take it down and find the finish as well. I think Ronaldo in these 2 games against Arsenal and Chelsea has been superb. He's really relished it, and. I mean, I'd love us to get a winner. I really, really would, but I hope we can get the point. Bit of pressing from United here. Doesn't work. That's our throwing. That's our throwing, ref. That's our throwing. We'll have that. Right, he's going to make a substitution here. He's going to bring on Phil Jones and Juan Mata. So it's clearly not going to be for Rashford. Nice ball. Is Ronaldo onside? Good save by Mendy. He was offside. Yeah, the referee just let it. The linesman let it go. He was offside. Yeah, McTominay played him in, but he was offside. He looked offside. It's one of those where the referees just let it go. Frozen. Right, Phil Jones is going to come on here. 3 at the back. Yeah, for Rashford, about bloody time. Matic is coming on. Mata's coming on for Rashford. I have more chance of waking up Megan Fox than De Gea hitting a long ball, says Rash R. And Matic is coming off for Jones. Maybe a little weird sub, but you could bring Bay on right wing. And Rashford comes off as well. Says that was from Thomas. Need 2-1 for a good night. Bookies wise anyway. What you think, Mark, says Ashley Smith. And Manchester United have apparently set up a call centre for fans who are troubled by their current form, says Bish Bosh. Well, at least he took Rashford off. I don't know. The subs are very defensive, but I think Rangnick wants a draw. So we've basically gone 5 at the back. I don't actually have a massive problem with that because our wingers have had no idea. Oh, fucking McTominay again. If they score here, Is it the post? Reece James. McTominay. McTominay again. That was a great shot by Reece James as well. There's no way David De Gea is saving this. He hits it with his left foot. Lovely curl on it. Actually, I think it hits the bottom of Lindelof or Varane. I think it's actually a corner. I don't know whether they've given the corner, but it hits the post from Reece James. And all comes from McTominay giving up the ball, I'm afraid. Again, 0 ratings for Rashford. Worst ever display, says Christopher. I've more. Yeah, well, we'll talk about Rashford in the match reaction, of course. You know it's bad when Gary Neville's giving him a poor rating. I don't think McTominay's played particularly well. I think Matic has played well. I think Alanga's put a strong effort in. I think Telles has been a lot better. Bruno's not been as bad. I think Lindelof has done reasonably well. I think Varane has played well. De Gea's played well. I think Delos's done reasonably well. Ronaldo's played well. But yeah, look, Chelsea have dominated us. Are we playing a back three now? What is going on, Mark, says Vignesh? Yeah, we've gone to a back three. I actually agree with the back three because we've not tracked Alonso and Reece James all day. So at least now you can say to Delo and to Telles, track Alonso and Reece James. Oh, what is Delo doing here? Good block, Telles. Rashford and McTominay have been hopping and hiding from receiving the ball. I'd rather have a youngster to put in some effort than these spoilt brats, says Basil. Corner to Chelsea. I still think Chelsea got a massive chance of winning this game. They've definitely been the better side. Eintracht Frankfurt are beating West Ham 2-1 in London. Amazingly, it's 0-0 between Rangers and Leipzig in Germany. Whether you think that's amazing or not, I think what they've done this season has been remarkable. Right, they're going to bring on Loftus-Cheek now. Here's an interesting stat for you on McTominay, on how he hides from the ball. He's passed the ball 24 times. Matic has passed it 43 times. Kante has passed it 61 times. And Jorginho has passed it 73 times. So out of the four midfielders, McTominay has passed it 24 times. Matic has passed it 43 times. That's shocking. Absolutely shocking. Welcome to the Members Club, Harry. Ahmed, thank you very much for the super chat. Bet Varane never thought he'd be playing next to Phil Jones, says Phil Jones. Probably a lifetime ambition for Phil. Dreams are made at the Theatre of Dreams. He's playing with Phil Jones. Remember when United fans were actually debating Wan-Bissaka was better than Reece James? Matic man of the match, says James. Yeah, but we can't just. As I say, things change. Like I do remember that, and I remember when it was a debate, and it's sad that actually it's not. Bet Varane never. Yeah, I've done that one as well. Well done, Telles. Now it's Alanga. He's all on his own. Go on. Wait. Well done. I'll have the foul for that, ref. We'll have the foul for that, ref. Yeah, we will have the foul for that. Foul on Alanga by Rudiger. Too rough. Too rough that was. So United can whip across in here. Come on, McTominay, chase it down. We've carried a few players tonight as well, haven't we? Let's be honest. We have carried a few players. Go on, Mata. Oh, fucking hell, McTominay. Bloody hell. Just Mata does all the hard work and he just gives the ball away again. He must have passed the ball to Chelsea players more than he's passed the bloody red shirts tonight. How long we got left? 5 minutes. I did predict 1-1. I thought it was a predictable scoreline to go with. I don't think we're there yet. We're not there yet. 84 minutes. Oh, McTominay's just played a good pass to a red shirt. Nice ball in behind. No, Rudiger's got that. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. 2 + 2 is Matic. 2 + 2 is Matic. Ricky's singing that on the way around in his garden tonight. To be fair, Chelsea haven't been as much of a threat since they took Havertz off for Lukaku, which actually has probably been the game saver for us. He's crap, isn't he? It would probably score. I know. I said it when he came on. He's probably going to score. Don't bloody send any letters in. Don't send me any hate mail. But he probably will score, of course. That's the way football works. But he is. They are less of a threat. Havertz looked a real threat when he was on. And hopefully that will continue. Hi, Mark. Please say hello to my friend Jake in France. We both love your show. Thanks, says George. Hello, Jake. Did you notice how our best players are all over 30, says Jameson? Yeah, it's sad, isn't it, actually? I do feel sorry for Mata playing McTominay out of all the ballers he's played with, says SK. And score would almost make you think this was wasn't one-sided, says Peter Bissett. Well, yeah, look. Chelsea have been the most dominant side. Yellow card there on Mata, who again has come on and played reasonably well. I mean, look, he probably hasn't got the legs to play loads of games, but he's done a decent job for us again, Juan Mata. I'd take the point here. I think that's exactly what Rangnick wants to do. Take the point. In some ways, we've played better with this setup than we did with the other one, because at least Alonso and Reece James have not been able to get forward at all. Another foul here by Rudiger. Chance to put a cross into the box for United. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Thanks, everyone who's been tuning in. United next play against Brentford on Monday. Hopefully, we can have a few attacks. It's a high ball by... That's a high foot by Rudiger, that is. That is a very high foot. And it should be a foul, and I think it is a foul. Yeah, it's ridiculously high. And he's caught him on the side of the face. I do like Rudiger, but that's a bit rough. I don't think it'll be a red. But it's not 2-1. I'm virtually live second for second anyway, and there's actually a foul going on at the moment. So there's an injured player at the moment, so the ball's not even in play. So you can take it from me. It's 1-1. You don't need to worry. I literally am virtually second for second on this live stream because I've got mine running at the same time. And when I did that, and look, I could do it now. I'm literally 3 seconds behind. 3 seconds behind. Two minutes to go. Probably be quite a bit of added time here. Mata's just fouled Alonso. Chance for them to whack it in. No. Oh, don't. Look at McTominay. Don't give it to a blue shirt. Well done. He's found a red shirt. Alanga, that's good. What the fuck is that by Bruno? Why does he have to hit it first time? Keep the bloody ball, mate. He's so frustrating, isn't he? Look at that. That's it. Mata knows what to do. I'm telling you now. Mata. 3 plus. Oh, Bruno, that's such a dive. Player ratings, links in the video description, by the way. Don't forget to check out BlockFinX as well if you're into your cryptocurrencies. 10% off the lifetime of any transactions you do with BlockFinX, who are and pride themselves as being the fastest and most user-friendly cryptocurrency exchange. And Garnacho's going to come on for a minute. I don't really understand that. I don't really understand why you do that for a minute. United have still got the ball. Headed away. We've got to be careful on the break here. Chelsea on the break. Be careful. Reece James switches the play. Where's the defence? Where's the fucking defence? Why are we wide open like that? Alonso, cross. It's all right. It's gone for a goal kick. You've got to question United there. We're 2 minutes away from getting a really good point, and there's nobody back. Garnacho's going to come on for Alanga. Look, in the way that the way this game has gone, I'd be very happy with a point. So Garnacho's on him. It's a great moment for him. Ten Hag eats tomato sandwiches. It's Mark James. It's only a minute and a half to go here. And I've got to say, lots of empty seats there today. Lots of people haven't bothered to turn up, and you can understand that, you know, travelling all over from everywhere to come on a Thursday night for a team that's been so bad this season. You can sort of understand it. But throughout this game, I've been pretty nervous because I don't want us to lose. You know, we've lost 3 out of 4. Mata's in here. No way he's got the pace. Into Ronaldo. Cut it back. Cut it back. Corner. Bruno, he can't pass. Bruno's there. Why didn't he get it? Well, he can't cut it back, mate. He's trying to cut it back. He can't cut it back. Corner to United. Work, Mark. How did Ronaldo score? Brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly. Corner to United. 30 seconds to go. Oh, bloody hell. It just lands in Mendy's hands. It'd be a right smash and grab if we won it, but we'd take it, won't we? We'd take it, ladies and gentlemen. We bloody well would. You know it. You know we would. We'd bloody love it if we won it. We don't deserve to win it. The defence deserves to get a draw. I think Varane, Dalot, Lindelof, De Gea, Telles, I think they've defended really well. Matic has played well. Not McTominay. Alanga's put a shift in. Ronaldo's played well. Bruno, I don't think he's played that well. Obviously, Rashford was atrocious. But defensively, we've done quite well. And I point a good result in the circumstances. And the referee has blown the final whistle. I think you've got to take that. You know, you have got to take that. We've got a bit of thing over Chelsea, haven't we, where they just don't seem to be able to beat us. And Tuchel runs to give Rashford a hug. No, Rashford runs to give Tuchel a hug. I don't think he ain't going to sign you, Rashford. I don't think he's not going to have a chat with you like he did with Declan Rice. But player ratings, links in the video description for that. We're going to get straight over to the match reaction. Ronaldo looks disappointed, but I think he should be very, very happy. Very, very happy. He's done a professional job. He scored a good goal. And yeah, I think he's done a good job there. And I think the team showed something again, like they did against Arsenal, that we didn't see before. So I thought the defense was a lot better than it has been. Midfield was wide open, but it's a big result for Manchester United. That to get a point puts us 3 points ahead of West Ham now, who've got a game in hand. puts us a 6. Does it put us 6 points ahead of Wolves, who've got 2 games in hand? So it just gives us a little bit of leeway. Anyway, look, lots to talk about. Definitely going to be talking about Rashford as the big topic on the show, on the match reaction. Get your player ratings in through the link in the video description. Check out Block for Next as well. You can get 10% off your transactions on the cryptocurrency exchange there. And we'll see you on the match reaction in a moment or two. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you over there.